morning, Ghana. Good morning, wonderful listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's yet another beautiful day, and we are here as usual to bring you the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment, and everything in between. We got you covered with the most relevant stories. As usual, I am your host, Esnamfi Agbedu, and on my news headline review today is Miss Regina. Miss Debbie will be joining us shortly. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. What of you?
I'm fine. You look kind of like a bit down today. What's up?
I'm stressed.
You're stressed. Your sleep wasn't enough for you?
Exactly.
Oh, you need a vacation, or a staycation.
Oh, shin.
Oh, I see that. All the shin.
All the shin.
Oh, yeah. Life still goes on.
Yeah. Regardless.
Yeah, regardless. Was there light out yesterday anywhere?
No, there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
You had light out?
Oh no, but it was really hot. Yesterday was really hot.
Really?
Yeah, temperatures are rising. All right, so let's dive straight into our headlines for today. Government to give $1 million to peasant farmers for vegetable production. The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, has announced that the government will disturb $1 million to support over 1,500 peasant farmers in northern Ghana as part of efforts to boost vegetable production under the Feed Ghana project. The minister emphasized that the government's priority is to empower grassroots farmers, many of whom are already engaged in tomato and other vegetable cultivation. He explained that many of these farmers lack the financial capacity to scale up their operations, which is why the government is stepping in with direct financial support. The funding will be formalized on Wednesday, April 16, 2025, when the minister is expected to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Apex Bank to facilitate the disbursement. Mr. Opoku also highlighted the government's technical support for farmers, noting that improved seedings and farms inputs are being supplied to ensure higher productivity and year-round cultivation. This is what he said. Our technical team has come up with the best quality, and we are supplying that to our farmers. I have been to the field, and I can tell you we have the technical know-how to surpass what Burkina Faso is doing. So this is coming from the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Mr. Eric Opoku, and he is announcing that the government will disburse $1 million to support over 1,500 peasant farmers in northern Ghana as part of the effort to boost vegetable production under the Feed Ghana project. What do you make of it? Do you think it's a good initiative, or the money is too much?
It is a good initiative, and I feel that the money is not too much because it will be distributed among farmers.
Yeah.
And farmers, as it stands, we have a lot of farmers both in rural and urban areas. I would say that farming is one of the highest production in our country as it stands, because day in and day out we eat. Day in and day out, I would say that eating is one of the highest demand, so it makes production really also high. If there's no if it's a case where the demand is not high, that is where I'll feel that when they invest in it, it's excuse me to say, it would be useless. But this is something that we involve ourselves in day in and day out. Even in some homes, some personal homes, some people also deal with farming and all that. So with this initiative that has been brought up, and the $1 million that will be distributed to the farmers, I feel that it is a great initiative, a great step in the right direction. But Ghana is known for corruption, and with this money that will be distributed to these farmers, I wouldn't be surprised when a day would come where we will be hearing stories that some people or some farmers did not even get some of the money. And you know, when the money is being distributed, it wouldn't be given to you personally. I believe that the farmers have an association, and each association, the money would be given to the one in charge. So those in charge should make sure that the money is distributed equally and fairly. And also, there should be accountability and transparency in terms of the ministry that will be handing over this money to the associations. The accountability and transparency would be needed from both the association, both the ministry handling the money, and also the farmers as well, because the money given to you should yield results. It shouldn't be like, it's my farm tools, it's my farm seedling, it's my seedlings, it's my this, it's my that. So the money given to me is for my personal use. At the end of the day, they should make sure that steps are put in place to make sure that when the money is given to these people, at the end of the day, we would see results. And they should come out to be transparent and also to be accountable for any dime they use the money for. So I feel that it's a great initiative and it should be encouraged.
Okay, so let's look at what the peasants farmers are. So they are individuals or families who cultivate and manage small-scale farms, often using traditional or low-tech methods. So this is what they are made up of. They work on small plots of land, often using family labor. So here lies the case that they have a plot of land. Let's say maybe it could be a backyard garden, and then they have to use family labor. That means that their family members have to work on that land. And obviously, when it happens like that, productivity is not going to be that high, simply because it's family members, and they can choose to stop when they are tired. But assuming you are working for the government, you have it at the back of your mind that definitely you need to make sure that you yield results. So whatever that you have to do in your part to make sure the work is done is done. And then we have that they have limited access to modern technology, credits, or other resources. And then the second one is many peasant farmers grow crops for their own consumption, with any surplus sold or traded. So when it happens like this, these farmers actually, they sometimes rent the plots of land.
That is for commercial farmers.
Yes, for commercial farmers. They rent the land, they cultivate the crops, they share it among their family members, and any surplus that is left, they decide to sell it. But here, so even with the rental, meaning they have to even pay for it. So you can imagine the amount of money that goes into it. So if government is saying that is going to distribute $1 million to these farmers to improve vegetable production, I think it's a good thing. Because here lies the case, that money is going to yield to large productivity, meaning they are going to have access to modern technologies, and then more hands on the field, not necessarily have to be family. Then it means that is going to go into selling, and that is going to generate revenue for the government. So basically that's that. Omari just joined us, and then he will be giving us his submission in the subsequent headlines that will be coming up. So moving on to our second news headline: suspend National Rental Assistance Scheme, Tenants Union to Government. The National Tenants Union of Ghana has petitioned the Minister for Works and Housing, Kenneth Ejay, to immediately suspend the National Rental Assistance Scheme, citing major implementation flaws that they say defeat the purpose of the initiative. The union congratulated the newly appointed minister on his role, but wasted no time in registering its deep concerns about how the scheme has been managed since its rollout on January 31st, 2023, describing the current implementation as ineffective and exclusionary. The union called for a complete suspension of the program, followed by a broader stakeholder consultation to review and possibly reintroduce the scheme in a more equitable form. So among the key concerns raised are exclusion of informal sector tenants. The union says that the scheme is designed in a way that marginalizes tenants in the informal sector who arguably need the assistance the most. Violation of the rent law. The provision of 2-year rent advance loans contradict Section 25, Chapter 5 of the Rent Act 1963. So as betont of fees, 100 Ghana cedis non-refundable application fee was labeled as extortion. Now, moving on to the last one, lack of transparency. The union criticized the scheme's administrators for failing to provide public accountability or disclose the list of beneficiaries, despite receiving 13 million Ghana cedis in startup capital. So this has to do with people coming out to appeal to tenants union, to the government to suspend national rental assistance, simply because the money that is supposed to support those that will not be able to, pay for their rent, that money is not used for them, but rather is used for something else. So this is what they are saying, that they should abolish the scheme. So that is it. What do you make of it? What's your whole review on it?
Okay, so suspend national rental assistance scheme. First of all, these people need help.
Yeah.
That is why you are helping them out. It got to a point I saw on TikTok that there's a website where individuals in Ghana here can actually take loan just for rent specifically. I never knew. I just got to know just recently. And looking at this, you'll be paying applicable fees, 100 cedis. Plus the loan you take. That 100 cedis is not refundable. Plus the loan you will take. Interest is under so. So just imagine. And it's only for people in the formal sectors. Just say, more informal sectors, they wouldn't have that help. We are all individuals. We are all Ghanaians in the society. We all, at a point in our life, rent each and every day. So why would they exclude a particular of people? Is it that they are being biased? They are being unfair? That is my opinion. Because we all need the help to rent, because especially as she said, 2 years rent, that is not the lawful thing to do. You are supposed to as a landlord or as a landlady, you are supposed to charge at least 6 months. But now people are going as far as 2 years, 3 years. Even ukita 1 year sika, they wouldn't give you the room.
You won't get an apartment.
Exactly. And you sometimes see a room very small and they'll be charging outrageous amounts a month. Some will be taking 300 cedis for just a single room. There is no washroom in it. There is nothing. Just single room. 300 cedis.
How much?
300 cedis. Or it's too much.
Here.
Accra, yes.
Yeah, in Accra.
Where?
DJ Chamkra is paying 300 cedis a month. Or is it 350?
That is affordable.
Yeah, shocked. It's affordable.
That's single room.
Hey.
Or it's not single room.
Single room.
Or
single room with small porch. The porch is like where you and DJ Cham are sitting.
Single room with a porch is going for not less than 500.
No, not
in which area?
In which area?
Hachu, Medina.
Oh, look at the area.
Look at exactly.
Look at the area.
It's cheats.
It doesn't even need to border the area or whatever. It's a cheat.
Yeah, it's a cheat. Regardless of how sophisticated the area is, it's a cheat.
Is it that they assume that the people living in that vicinity, they have the money or they have the capacity to pay more than what you're saying? Because if you want to rent a single room self-contained here, maybe you are going to get it cheaper than in East Legon, simply because of how we have tagged East Legon to be.
Exactly.
I don't know if you get my point.
Well, that's one factor. But the general factor is this. Most people who come to Accra are not really indigenous of Accra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them come here because of jobs and work and all that. And it has become a needed necessity. Wohia dan no na wakwadwuma. Nti no nim so obo 1 billion kra bosia kra be pa kwaje.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So it's not about the area whatsoever. That's why when we mentioned Tramisi, I was shocked.
Just a number days.
It's cheap.
I'm telling you.
Very cheap.
I am telling you. If you should find a single room self-contained one, even here when you talk about self-contained, it doesn't even have a kitchen. You're just talking about maybe a single room with a bathhouse.
With the washroom and all that.
You wouldn't even have the.
No, you would cook in your room.
Like that alone is going for about 600 cedis, and the room is like a cubicle. Like
that's very bad.
And
very bad.
That's a funny thing. If you don't take it like that,
once you step out, someone is taking it.
Yes, someone is taking it.
So that has inflated the pricing of all these things. And until we get the needed institutions to step foot in, they are going to cheat us.
They're already cheating us.
Yeah.
They already. Could that be the reason most landlords don't want to take the 6 months advance payment?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's not the reason. The reason is that the laws haven't been enforced.
It's not working.
That's also a contributing factor to it.
The day that I realized that if you enforce a law in Ghana, it will work. One of my cousins, we were staying at Dome. And when our time was up, we wanted to renew. Out of the blues, the landlady was like, no, me farmer will be able to move to. They say, okay, fine. So we were just there, and a man passed by 2 months, 3 months, and she was like, "Would die there sooner 3 months, be pamwa or so park you." And then we feel you are about nama park.
Hey,
my cousin did it, and funny enough, he's a lawyer, so.
I like.
They know they are right.
I like fights like this.
It was that day that I realized that. So what time so? Now you see two. Now we are dying
baby.
2 years. We are dying. I want to.
And you won't be paying for.
You don't have to pay. So I say on farm.
You don't have to pay for the time you have spent.
You don't have to pay. It is so better as a
and it's in our laws.
Go to rent control right now. You will see how landlords have been abusing us. Nim rebia mu say what I so I am 3 months after 3 months no. I will say nim rebia won show mu baby.
Oh, that is very bad.
Bad on whose side?
On the bad that she's talking about.
Yeah. Of course, hey.
And so on whose side?
It's just up to you, the landlord or landlady.
No, it's bad for the fact that we don't know all of these things.
We don't know
we need to get these people to.
We really need awareness.
They are also taking their cuts from these people. Until they will never educate the public.
Which people?
When you even take it to rent control, bogus.
The rent control. I won't cry one time, you know, I'm cry. I'm not the car. Almost all my fear ready to. So just look at this. The rent control is owing rent.
And they are not doing anything about it. Nothing. And honestly, I've not seen on social media or somewhere that I've not seen on social media or anywhere that someone has come out to defend their rights. I don't know if you get me.
Well, it's more like the people just don't know. Let's put it that way. The people just don't know.
All right.
Because if they knew, I think they would have fought for it. But they don't know.
So lack of education and awareness on that.
If you meet those who know, they can never be bullied. Those who know, you don't bully them. Just like my cousin did. He was so relaxed. He was like, "Oh, Kasake cannot Samunja." And that was it.
Because he knows.
Yeah, bye and My men are lucky that so my room here the cat says he didn't say anything. We just went to lodge outside. The next day he brought her a lawsuit. She was summoned. She was advised to let her stay until
you find a
we
place.
find a place to go.
Me, I commit name 5 years. I'm in that city.
And you not pay. Oh.
I won't
no.
pay.
Eh, so see me too.
Now she rather started begging as well. On each other. The baby if you are bridge that now occupied into this or something. So there are laws, so many laws.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we are being cheated out of these laws.
But honestly, I didn't know there was something we call National Rental Assistance Scheme, where that scheme is supposed to help those who wouldn't be able to, pay for their rent.
Oh, you don't know?
Oh no.
And they also want to cheat them.
Yeah.
They are
They said
But
it's
you
not
see,
working.
Now that they are being cheated, they are coming out to let us know
Yeah.
they exist. All this while you've been there. And I believe that they also take allocations from government. So
Yeah.
what do they use that money for?
So now they are
Because we haven't heard anyone even come out to say, oh, now me watching me also national rent scheme and a boy I mean there. Until scan on with your money.
they should account for it. Because if the rental assistance scheme is there, it's supposed to help those in the informal sector, those that we assume they wouldn't be able to pay for their rent.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help them. But here lies the case, they're saying that the scheme is not even helping them. And then it's violating the rent law and high interest rates. That's very bad. And I think more education and awareness should be created on this rent control thing. Because people are really suffering.
Yeah.
Because sikana hinonya ne monthly salary no now osaba betia rent fee
Just
like 2 years advance. At least 1 year is fine. On just 6 months in the crown, 1 year.
Yeah.
But if you're a bit chincha onji,
Yeah.
that's very bad. And I think our laws need to be enforced for it to work. All right, moving on to our last news headline review. Government backs SMEs with $300,000 to fight plastic waste. The government has sought the support of small and medium enterprises to help tackle the country's growing waste management challenges, particularly plastic waste. The initiative includes providing financial assistance and grants to SMEs engaged in recycling and other waste management ventures aimed at promoting a circular economy and creating jobs. Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Mr. Mohammed, who oversaw the disbursement of about $300,000 to each of the 10 SMEs, said the government will strictly monitor the initiative. So $300,000 has been disbursed to 10 SMEs to fight plastic waste. Hey, $300,000 just is, $300,000 just to fight plastic waste. And here lies the case: we are in this country and everything is all about plastic. When you go to our gutters are simply choked because of plastic. How are these SMEs going to utilize this money and make sure that they fight plastic waste in our country?
I don't know how to go about this, but I think that we can actually.
Wait, the fighting plastic waste, is it in a good or bad way? Because I don't also really get it.
So they are supposed to recycle them.
Okay, so it's all about the recycling.
Yeah.
All right.
The government is coming up with so many proposals,
Too many initiatives.
but then I think I don't know if it's in the sense of maybe these private institutions or job creators also having the opportunity to get some work done or gain something financially, because $300,000 can actually set up a recycling center for the state itself. So why are we disbursing it to SMEs to fight it when the state as a whole can establish a recycling center?
And this money has been distributed to 10 SMEs.
I mean,
So $300,000 each.
we already have Zoom Lion
Yeah.
doing this thing already, and yes, so we always complain even about their jobs.
Yeah.
They are not working, doing the work well. They are not paying their workers well and all that. Why don't we begin accountability from that end? Because they are being paid from government end. If government wants to establish something, government can establish it on its own. But as I said, I don't know maybe or per se individuals, no. Yensu yenya bibi yenya abina so mfa so nti no scan wo yemfa mo they are fine. But yes, still I think that even if government should set up their own recycling center, imagine having recycling centers in almost every region.
Yeah.
See, we can even mandate the assemblies. The assemblies are taking dues and all that.
Yes.
Omoje rent due, omoje say dues. So that's kind of money there. So let's mandate them, channel it into establishing a recycling center for your constituency. Okay, anybody also know, not every constituency have a recycling center. This is, I mean, a permanent fight against waste.
Yeah.
But these SMEs, now our branches all across the country. Zoom Lion Craminian is more baby.
No, they are not everywhere. I don't think they are in the villages.
They are not.
Yeah.
So baby is centered around Accra, Kumasi, Takrade.
Okay.
It's in Nipati and Omabeji, but they are only controlling 3 countries. We have 63 regions. We have 16 regions. What becomes of the 13 regions left? So I don't know. The government can really revise or review most of these things, because I feel like not much thought has been.
But you know, in the villages, they take the plastic thing very serious, because even at dawn, you see the old ladies with their stick. They are picking plastics and then they sell it to the companies, the recycling companies. So why don't they like build a recycling industry right there, rather than giving these monies to how effective is it even going to be? How would they even utilize the money? How are we going to know they are going to utilize these money properly to fight waste, to fight plastic waste?
Because if there are 10 colonies, then each one is going to get about $3,000.
Yeah,
and that's no joke for money.
That's a lot of money. That could have actually built a whole factory.
I'm telling you, 300.
But with this initiative, it states clearly that it will be creating jobs.
Yeah,
that's what we are talking about. It will be creating jobs.
It will be creating jobs.
In what sense?
In the sense that this small and medium enterprises, they alone can't do their job. So therefore, they would go as far as hiring more people, more hands on deck to help
to work in the factory.
How much are they going to pay them?
That
Exactly. Let's take Zoom Lion for example. They're already in this. How much are they paying their workers?
Yeah, it got to a point.
Cedis.
Yes, a month.
Yeah, at least they pay them very
So it's
small.
going to create government itself set it up. When you are done.
Zoom Lion not a government.
No.
They are just
It's a
contractors.
private.
Yeah,
Okay.
with government.
It's a private akobi. Why are we still going that?
Oh, are you sure we are not seeing the benefits from
Are
Zoom
you seeing it?
But it's not that effective.
Did you know how much they pay Zoom Lion?
As in the government pays
Yeah.
Zoom Lion? No.
Ghana should have been the cleanest city in Africa. Not even West Africa, but in Africa. Looking at how much we are so-called investing in this sanitation thing. But look at what we see. Accra is the most dirtiest city in Ghana. The most dirtiest.
True.
Yet this is our capital.
Yeah, so yesterday I had a call from a friend. He said if you go to La Paz, there's some huge rubbish over there. I want you to come and do reports on that. And then at Circle 2, when you're coming from the police headquarters, closer to Ring Road, there's a whole heap of rubbish over there. And the people are sitting there and they are selling.
Selling alone. People sleep there.
Hey!
So
So what can we
just a
do? Should we
facade,
ban
like-
plastic usage
We
can't ban it.
plastic usage.
Maybe single-
But we
your
can
lenses
control
is
it.
even plastic.
We can control it.
We can.
If we are serious about it, we can easily do it. Omu use plastic on baby out. I
Yeah.
don't know how they are very pie.
And you know, with this
No.
plastic waste management of a thing, when you go into the Western world, for example, even just outside the bin there, it indicates clearly that this is for plastic, this
Yeah.
is for watery.
Yeah.
But Ghanaians will mix everything together. And when you go into the Western country, you can't do that. You have to.
This
Obola
is
Nedo
GhanaTalks
also said that you have
breakfast
to
show, your
make sure
morning
that you
companion.
separate each. So who say Udini Neguma, they will arrest you. But here, everything they'll just hip it just like that.
That's the thing. That's where the measures of controlling it comes in. See, nipa way like naturally. Nipa to say wow. Uja nipa per mana.
Don't be no.
So it's not like bro food difference as in we are all the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's how they are being channeled, they are
They are
being
disciplined.
directed and controlled. The system itself won't allow you to do certain things. We don't have that here. As she was saying, if you get to
Yeah.
the wiki, there are bins there. We have
Yeah.
a bin for chewing gum.
Yeah.
If anything aside chewing gum goes in, you are being fined.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they will fine you. Oh, I know when your ticket alert or that's how it works there.
But can we adopt it in Ghana?
Why can't we? Like that's the question. It is never about can we. It's more of why can't we? Because all the resources are there. So why can't we do it?
But there's this country, is it Uganda? They've banned single-use usage. Rwanda, they've actually banned single-use plastic. As in, like the way we buy pure water, single-use, and then maybe you buy a bottle of Coke. They've banned it.
What they want to do? They want to buy
They've
in
banned
bulk.
it because it's polluting the environment. So why don't they ban it?
Our system, we need an overhaul, systematic, living, whatever. Because that's the only way to go.
With this pollution of a thing now, you said that Rwanda has banned the single use of plastic. I can't remember in JHS, people from I think waste control management came to our schools with even pure water sachets. After drinking it, they teach us how to fold this rubbish very small and put it in your bag without throwing it on the floor or wherever. So when you get to a very good place where you can dump this thing, then you put it there. But even Tisiano Obi just say unam kwanso
Yeah.
Obi no musiana.
As of even yesterday, I saw an elderly man.
No shame.
He took is it Asana? And no Jarawan took the way I looked at him,
It is well, oh. It is well. We
no,
really
are
need
there
education.
any laws or any regulations that fine these people if you are caught maybe disposing?
I think there are regulations, but we are not much aware about it, and we should also be is it vigilante for ourselves. If you see someone doing it, you just caution the person, pick it up. Yes,
Hey.
Me me who be that?
because you say umbuadiempo.
Me who be that? I catch any pants on kutunon fa. Obe fans on fa.
See,
You take it.
the metropolitan assemblies, we always see them almost a vest.
Yeah.
Like this is what they are supposed to do. This is what we should get. The main reason for employing these people are because of these particular reasons. Do they see them in town doing it? And almost every vintage point, they should be there.
Yeah.
It should be easy to report someone to them. Say, look, Obi, I say our one final 5 cities crab monje. And I got 5 cities iska.
Oh yeah.
And you know, Obi the pure water rubber to her and watching 5 cities.
5
Oh, yeah,
cities.
sure. Say next time, obey.
Oh yeah.
And that is. Sir, municipal assembly, these kind of monies, now more they are setting up the recycling centers we are talking about.
But are they going to be transparent enough for that?
If government should mandate these people, direct them, say, that is what we are expecting of you people. We are MC, we are better now. So in the next 4 years, our better now. So we are expecting this from you. That's how it's going. Because yes, how Yebeki can be a badem kosifi. Yen say ni a two scale go ni say ni a yes en kosifi.
So the distribution of the money for these SMEs, is it good or not? You can join. You think it's baseless?
See, adibia yebeya yenim say emfa ewiye emre sa problem. We don't call it a solution. If we are solving a solution, and especially as a government, it should be permanent, not some facade of an action. 3 days time, it's not going to work. It won't.
All right. We'll speak deeper into this during our second segment. This is where we draw the curtains for our news headline review. Right after this, we have Debbie's Grill.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning once again and welcome to the Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matters to the state. Now, I want us to delve into a critical issue that needs urgent attention, which I feel like, or some Ghanaians feel like, they are not paying much attention to it. So this has to do with the recent power outages we are experiencing. And the current administration, this power outages issue that is locally known as Doomso was one of the main focus of the current administration. And they really promised us that they are going to do everything in their power to make sure that they bring an end to the power crisis we are facing in this country. And you see, they've made us understood that the main problem is not coming from them, but it's associated with the previous government. That has to do with the energy sector and some form of debt they are owing, making it, so difficult for them to solve issues with power crisis. But I will say that even though the current government has been in power for not so long, at least we should be notified about some measures that have been put in place to curb these power outages, because it is becoming too much. On Sunday, I experienced this one, not someone telling me. I experienced one myself that was very, very bad. They off the light at 9 p.m. and then the light was on the next morning. And everything has to go off just like that. And you see, with this work that has to do with, or someone working in the media sector that has to do with you being on social media and stuff, just imagine you having a cell phone that is not strong enough. How are you going to put together your staffs? And so this is what we are saying. We know that there is a situation at hand that has to do with we owing at the energy sector. But what are we doing? At least let us know that we are on course. This is what we are doing. This is where we've gotten to. And please don't worry. Very soon we'll be able to stop this issue. And this power outage is becoming too much, trust me. And it's not only about you offing the light, Often the light, impromptu, actually leads to a lot of things. It destroys our gadgets and stuffs. And this power outage issue is a main focus. It's something that we have to focus on it. Because President Mahama earlier this year came out to tell us that they are putting everything in order to ensure that we don't experience doomsday again. And doomsday is already associated with this current government. I'm not saying that the current government is not doing what they have to do to ensure that we don't experience doomsday, but at least let us know, because we are Ghanaians and we are looking up to you. So if there is any challenges, you feel like you are putting things in order to ensure that we don't experience doomsday again, but you have to do more, then let us know that at least we know that, okay, fine, we will still experience doomsday, or you give us a time frame that maybe from this month to the next 3 months we will experience power outages. Then from then onwards there will be a minimization in we experiencing doomsday. But here lies the case: we are not seeing anything, no one is telling us anything, and then all of a sudden, shoom, then they off the lights just like that. And then sometimes the light doesn't even come. You have to wait for some period, sometimes some period of days. It has to do with even the next day before you have light. And we use light for almost everything. We use light for everything. People use light for their works and stuff. Even at this place, we use light, and light is everything we use. For our works and everything, we use the light. So just imagine you not having a plant. What of the ordinary Ghanaian that do not have money to go and buy petrol or to go and buy plants to ensure that even if there is power outages, his work can still progress? This doomsday, trust me, is becoming unbecoming. You people have promised us, please don't disappoint us. Do not disappoint us. We know you are trying. Yes, we know you are trying your best, but at least when it comes to doomsday, please try your best, because we don't want to experience what we've already experienced in the past. The past was a worst situation, and people always say that it's not bad to give someone a second chance, because you might not know what the person is bringing on board again. So we Ghanaians are looking up to you. We are looking up to you. Every step you are taking, we are seeing it. And this is what you are saying. The doomsday we are experiencing of late is so bad. No one is even those days, there is timetable. Now, no timetable. Like, there is no information. You have no idea. The power will go off, and then all of a sudden, shoom, and it goes off just like that. So please, to the current administration, please, you have a lot to do. When it has to do with power systems, our energy sector, we know what is going on in the energy sector already. We know the issues at hand, but at least do something about it. Do something about this. This is something you've promised to do. So we are also expecting you to deliver upon your promises. We will feel so disappointed if you promise us to solve doomsday, and at the end of the day, what we experience is worse than what we've experienced before. And trust me, there is a question mark. Thank you for joining me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that grill. Miss Regina Bless, kindly educate us.
You are welcome to Today in History and Did You Know, where we educate and entertain you. So without wasting much time, on this day was the first conference of independent African states. On April 15th, 1958, the first conference of independent African states was held in Accra, Ghana. This conference, convened by President Kwame Nkrumah, marked a significant step in Pan-Africanism and was a key event in the broader struggle for African liberation. The conference was attended by representatives from 8 independent African states, including Ghana, Egypt, Ethiopia, Liberia, Libya, Morocco, Sudan, and Tunisia. The conference aimed to solidify a shared vision for Africa's future and to support the liberation movement in remaining colonial territories. On this day, the first Human Rights Violation Committee hearing was broadcasted. The South African national broadcaster broadcasted the first Truth and Reconciliation Commission public hearing on human rights violations. This marked the beginning of a period where the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, chaired by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, heard testimonies from victims and perpetrators of apartheid-era human rights violations. The hearings aimed to uncover the truth about past atrocities and facilitate reconciliation. Today in history, 1958, African Freedom Day was declared. On this day, African Freedom Day was observed in the Soviet Union, marking the day of the first Congress of Independent African States held in Accra, Ghana. This date was used to observe the event, but the official commemoration of African freedom is now recognized on May 25th, the anniversary of the Organization of African Unity Formation, OAU. 1997, fire sweeps through a campsite of Muslims making the Hajj pilgrimage. The official death toll rise to 343. In 1997, a fire swept through a tent city in Mina near Mecca during the Hajj pilgrimage, resulting in the death of 343 pilgrims. The fire, exacerbated by strong winds, caused panic and led to a significant number of casualties. The Guardian reported that over 1,500 people were also injured. Moving on, a disastrous earthquake occurs on Montenegro. A magnitude 7.1 earthquake on April 15, 1979, struck the Montenegrin coast, resulting in widespread damage and casualties. The epicenter was located in the Montenegro coastal region, causing significant destruction and loss of life. The earthquake killed 129 people and injured over 1,500. Moving to some did you know for today. Did you know that a group of flamingo is called a flamboyance? This term is considered appropriate due to the striking and colorful nature of these birds. They are often seen in large groups which are known as a flamboyance. Did you know that turtles can breathe through their backs? Some turtles can breathe through a part of their anatomy that's often referred to as their backs. This process is called cloacal respiration, and it involves gas exchange, oxygen in, carbon dioxide out, through specialized tissues in the cloaca, which is a multi-purpose opening used for waste reproduction and, in some cases, breathing. Did you know that humans glow in the dark? Humans do exhibit a faint form of bioluminescence, meaning they produce and emit light. This light is too weak for the human eye to perceive, but it can be detected with a highly sensitive camera. Did you know that the word robot comes from the Czech word robota? The word robot originates from the Czech word robota, which means forced labor or servitude. This word was first used by Czech writer Karel Kapik in his 1920 play. So our last did you know for today? Did you know that some sea cucumbers fight off predators by shooting their internal organ? Some sea cucumbers defend themselves against predators by expelling sticky spaghetti-like threads called Cuvarian tubules, which are essentially their respiratory trees. This defense mechanism, known as autonomy, can also involve evacuation, where they eject their intestines through their cloaca. The ejected organs are quickly regenerated. And this is where I draw the curtains for today in history and Did You Know live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina, for that. So you mentioned that turtles breathe from their back.
Their backs.
Their backs. Like their buttocks. Right?
Yes.
Hey. Now, turtle, do they have buttocks?
They have.
Oh.
They have.
That big thing at their back. Where is the buttocks?
They have. It's Tian Bisan. I going to say Akukodiano. Oh, so we can't now we trying to turn and say
they breathe. Okay,
yeah,
so they don't
breathe.
have nostrils.
They do have nostrils,
but they breathe from their butts.
Yeah, at times they do breathe from there.
And you also mentioned that human beings glow in the dark.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Because if I'm dark and I'm in the dark, how would I glow? How would you see me?
So as I said, it can be seen by your natural eyes, but with a highly sensitive camera, and they that is termed
with
as
a camera, a highly sensitive
camera. Yeah, and they call it bioluminescence, the lights that emit from our body. Now looking at your body.
Could we experiment it one of these days? You be in the dark and see if you can glow.
So where would we get the highly sensitive camera?
We can use your phone camera.
Is it highly sensitive?
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
All right,
your
thank you
morning
so
companion.
much for today in history, and also Did You Know? Okay, so before we leave you, so 20 peoples have been hospitalized in Pram Pram after taking Asana. Yes, 20 school children have been hospitalized right after taking Asana. And they are even saying that it's more than 20 people from Pram Pram, DA Basic B, and Methodist Freeman Basic School in the Greater Accra region. They've been hospitalized after collapsing during...
Collapsing?
Yeah. To the extent of them collapsing right after taking Asana.
You know, in schools...
Yeah.
I attended a public school, JHS. From Form 1 to Form 3 was public school for me. And when I first went there, I saw that and I was like, what is this? But now that is one of the best things I really love. You know, when it comes to these school children and the women selling this asana, they sell bread and condense. And with the condense, you know that bees or houseflies are attracted to sweet things.
Yeah, to sweet things.
And so bakono, now once na I go at the end so no, a good bodo no so good condense so and no so na money there. So I feel that, you know, these flies carry germs that we can't see, and they land on the same thing that we are supposed to drink. Sometimes some fall inside. You go na mameno or share is it ladder?
Yeah, the wooden ladder.
Once now, no be one now, once now, not pia what actually, and you have no choice than to buy it.
But in our schools, do the schools authorities pay attention to those selling foods to the students, or they are just interested in just taking their money as long as, because they pay? When they come and sell in the schools, they pay. Do they pay attention to like the environment or whatever content they are selling to the children?
So I wouldn't say for other schools, but for the public school I went to, it's a cluster of schools, very big. DJ Cham also went to that school. Yes, he's my senior. So he will tell you that since it's a big school, they have a specific spot for traders, people who sell in the school. So it's more like a canteen. And when they come, they sweep there. That place is very neat, very neat. So you wouldn't see any dirt around. And they also warn us against buying outside the school building, because it's only people in the school building who are verified to sell to us, because they see to the day activities of these traders. But they don't advise us to buy outside. So with this asana, it's outside the school.
Are you sure it's outside the school?
The asana is outside the school. Not with the story particular, but with what I'm explaining.
I feel that these actually 20 peoples are a whole lot of students.
So it means it's food poisoning. You know, is it ebro? Ebro no mo de asana. It can be that ebro na say. When you say ebro, I thought that ebro so fife gogome. Then you wouldn't have the time to remove all these things. You go, I don't know how they do it. Some soak you on sumo. I don't know, but.
And I feel like the FDA, at least once a while, should be going to these schools.
The schools.
Yeah, go and check what the kids are, because it's under them, right? Food and Drugs Authority.
Yeah.
And it's not them.
It's them.
It's under them.
Yeah.
So at least once in a while, they can go there, go and supervise what are the kids eating in the school. Because definitely, it's a government school.
Yeah.
They can go and...
Some people, some traders can even come with this Jolly Juice drink. Hey! Sugar. You know these kids, when you give them money, you do not go to school and buy proper food to eat. With this sweet. Some of them are not hygienic.
So I feel like the school authorities should take critical attention to it when it comes to those they invite in their school premises to come and sell to these kids. And the FDA as well, at least once in a while, rotation. They can go around, go and supervise and check what our school children are eating. Because, you know, for them, what they know is that they are eating something nice, delicious. They don't really care how it came about.
Exactly.
What matters to them is that their belly is full and they are eating something sweet and delicious. So it depends on the school's authorities and the FDA as well to make sure proper supervision is taken into place to make sure that whatever they are consuming is of good quality and then wouldn't be of any harm to anybody or any school kids.
And where they prepare the food as well.
Yeah.
That place needs to be checked.
Yeah.
You go out and then you buy food. The food is so appetizing. But then when you go to places where those food are prepared, you will lose appetite for the food. And this Asana people, they don't buy bottles. They go picking bottles that has already been used on the floor. That is what they do. Or when they come to funerals, where they've given water to people and then they've done drinking with the water, the bottles on the ground, they go to pick those bottles. They don't even wash the bottles properly. And then they use this and sell it. Lamborghini as well. Okay. They sell in those bottles and stuff, and then you drink from all this. So I think the places where the foods are prepared should be thoroughly checked. And some time ago, the Greater Accra Minister was doing something of that sort, where they go scattering people's places because they feel like where they are preparing the food is not hygienic enough. So
I think proper measures need to be put in place to make sure that whatever our school kids or whatever they are eating or consuming is of good quality and is not going to harm anybody as such. This is where we draw the curtains for the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right after the news, we'll be coming with the second segment with some insightful topics and informed perspective on each topic. Stick and stay with us.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We are GTR, Ghana Talks Radio. This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. My name is Deborah Adoso. Coming up, Public Utility Regulatory Commission announces 14.75 electricity tariff increase to address 976 million debt. Experts warns of significant electricity price hike to achieve full cost recovery. Youth Employment Agency and G4S celebrate over 5,900 first batch of trained security personnel. Upper East Regional Minister retreat President Mahama's commitment to resolve Boko conflict. This and many more coming up shortly in business, sport and showbiz. Do stay with me. So our first story, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has announced a 14.75% increase in electricity tariff to recover a debt of 976 million and ensure stable power supply in Ghana. According to Charles Jojo Enchi, Media Relations Manager at Public Utility Regulatory Commission, the adjustment aims to address the financial challenges facing the energy sector. In addition, he says the tariff increase is designed to recover 976 million that accumulated in the energy sector. Meanwhile, the Public Utility Regulatory Commission believes the adjustment will help ensure a stable power supply benefiting households and businesses. However, the increased tariff may lead to higher electricity bills for consumers, potentially affecting household budgets and business operations. He spoke to us.
Na etimabua na yankania semno edimi etina. Enti so 14.75% as against water 4.02%. Na it's abba with the variables no and I say I can't do an idea any recovery of the 976 million Ghana cedis, which is 50% of it. And I'm at it. I could do baby. I know I'm so sir, 14.75 and 4.02%. The expected generation, and I said the net income, yes, and I said expected about 874 million cedis for the electricity sector and 283 billion cedis for water. The inflation, I can't know. To me, Jimano, and I say, Coco, the name the Bria, the fire should be to my bar, the bois, if you win a war, press release, and I say, somebody did be good about Dr. Shafiq Suleiman, our APR.
In related developments, the Executive Director of the Institute for Energy Policy and Research, Kwadwo Opoku, has made a significant statement regarding Ghana's electricity tax. According to him, if the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission aims to achieve full cost recovery, electricity costs will need to increase by more than 14%. This proposal highlights the ongoing discussions about electricity pricing in Ghana and the potential impact on consumers. The proposed increase in electricity tariffs aims to ensure full cost recovery for utility providers, which could have implications for consumers' electricity bills. Whilst tariff increase may lead to higher electricity costs for households and businesses, potentially affecting their budget and operations, the Public Utility Regulatory Commission plays a crucial role in regulating utility tariff in Ghana, balancing the interests of providers and consumers.
Because Utie, Minister of Energy, Honorable Abuchinapo, now Utie Finance Minister na almost let's say, and they know in here liquid fuel. Because gas no and so am I in any mahondeno into living here liquid fuel pa a fee na the gas no okaya Honorable Abuchinapo so even so far no they spent about $200 to $300 million in almost they procure liquid fuel to support gas production no. It is a PULC, the more person more year full cost recovery. Now ye politics a free one. A wasanka a bono cost so saying 14% no. Because of your 14% now, a dollar rate of Musu, you know, it's not even the current prevailing dollar rate. Because Omusu I think 15.6.
Yeah.
You know, I think the dollar is more than 15.6.
And that was the Executive Director of the Institute for Energy Policy and Research, Kwadwo Opoku. Now, the Youth Employment Agency has successfully graduated the first batch of trainees under its partnership with G4S Security Services, with over 5,900 more youths set to follow soon. This initiative aims to provide employment opportunities for young Ghanaians in the security sector. The partnership plans to recruit 6,000 youth as security guards, providing them with professional training and employment. The partnership aligns with Youth Employment Agency's goal of addressing youth unemployment by providing sustainable job opportunities and fostering private sector partnerships. Also, the program is to equip young Ghanaians with the skills and knowledge needed to excel in the security sector. The initiative demonstrates Youth Employment Agency's commitment to collaborating with private sector entities to drive youth employment and development. The successful graduation of the first batch of trainees marks a significant milestone in the partnership with Youth Employment Agency and G4S, with many more youths set to benefit from this initiative. The Chief Executive Officer of the Youth Employment Agency, Malik Basinteo, appreciates G4S for their support to help bridge the gap between the employed and unemployed youth. He further advised them to cooperate in their line of duty with full discipline and perform in diligence.
Thank you very much. I'm impressed seeing all of you fully jacked up and ready for action. One of the reasons we are here is to affirm your task ahead. You've been through some days of basic training, and I'm certain that in the coming days you'll be availed to different series of trainings as you work on the job and learn on the job. First of all, we thank G4S, your employer, for that support they've given to government and my office. I told them in there that His Excellency the President is proud of what they have done, and we are proud that they came knocking on our doors towards helping us bridge the gap between the employed and the unemployed. And so you'll be deployed to your duty post as I'm told. The first advice I have for you is to go and be disciplined. Go and perform in diligence. Don't just go and sell the name G4S. go and sell G4S in excellence. I said it that when the portal was opened, many people felt like a desiccant. People didn't believe a day like this would come. Today, I'm seeing physical men here. And when I say men, I add both the men and women. And I see you fully fit. And I'm impressed with your outfit. Today, you will not just only be part of G4S, but you'll be part of the 5K men and the 3K women. And you will not work just as staff of G4S, but you'll be partners of YEA. And anything we'll do for people who work with YEA, we shall do for you too. And anytime, anybody, if I see any G4S person anywhere, I know that you are also under my supervision. And I'll treat you as I'll treat any worker at YEA. And so I thank you very much, my brothers and sisters.
Now, the Upper East Regional Minister, Honorable Donato Satanga, says President Mahama is committed to finding a lasting solution to Boko conflict. According to him, 8 days after President Mahama took office, he set up a committee to deal with the long-standing conflict. This, he says, is a clear indication of his commitment and full assurance in curbing the conflict. Meanwhile, he has earlier pledged to collaborate with security agencies and other stakeholders to address the conflict, emphasizing the need for peace and development in the region.
When he comes, he will try his best to ensure that there's a lasting solution. He came 8 days after he has taken over. He went there and he set up a committee to deal with the matter. That is really trying to live after his words. So what is wrong for saying that? Well, because from history, when the case, the conflict is dormant, when the MPP comes, it is activated. And so he is assuring them that though it is, it's active now, when it comes, he will try to control it so that it will become dormant. Okay. And how is he going to control that? It is by deploying certain strategies to make sure that those things happen. And that is why he came in and said, well, for the peace, peace talks in the area alone will not be able to solve. And that is why he has set up the eminent Asante Hene to lead the cultural aspect and other related areas, and to tap in the experience of conflict resolution groups to be able to bring a lasting solution.
And that was from the Upper East Regional Minister declaring President Mahama's commitment to the Boko conflict. Now, some members of the National Democratic Congress in the Asante Mampo have issued a public apology to the traditional authorities and the people of Mampo and Asante Mine for the unguarded statement made last Wednesday. The controversy arose after some National Democratic Congress youth supporters protested against the potential appointment of Esther Jumo and Ashanti as the municipal chief executive for Mampo, arguing that an Ashanti shouldn't hold the position. The NDC youth who support Yakubu Isifo, Mohammed Kamil and Imoro Idrisu stormed the party's office, vandalizing properties and setting objects ablaze, claimed that Jumo wasn't deserving of the appointment compared to their preferred candidate. This action was widely condemned as tribalistic and disrespectful to the custodians of Mampo. In response to the backlash, the National Democratic Congress constituency leadership apologized for the violent protest and distanced themselves from the anti-Ashanti remarks. The apology aims to maintain peace and unity with the community. He spoke to the media.
Nopa echia Ghana fo nyina na yachia Asante Mai Mampo Mai da so be osebusu a wote silver stool so ene ne wo fa ase na nahema ejakuma dufi ene anopa yi yachia munyina e kasafri NDC akache Asante Mampo party office ena kakrai eda ukuada ne yawada so and sensem bi esi wo NDC party office sansem e ba yi ene edi efin aka Asante Mampo ama aka akonwa the silver stool da sebre etiso enti ene party empanifo ahia se enema ekọ so a entwa yie nyina no ye fa fidi so na ye de chawpa ama the traditional council ye de chawpa ama asanteman ene mampoman ene Ghana fo nyina video no mu no na ye nkomo no na ye wobotaye bet kasa bi eba akiri a kasa no antwa yie eno na ede saa efi aka asanteman eti ene kasa bi a ye tie no wa akiri a anya ye nde a ama Ghana fo obia eka bi no saa nipa a omo ne ye edi nkomo no enyina e wo party office ha ye bema obia akwanya na ensem a efiri omo nu mba ye no obia apa ho kyew se ne akoma beto yem ye nyina ye nipa baako asanteman enye yimu mampoman enye yimu na asundwe a ene yen atena asantemo ampon ha emre santi nyina no akoso ene yen atena na saa political parties a ewo asantemo ampon no coexistence na akoso na asundwe eye adwuma enti mprempren de beja ama yo abusuafo.
This was after the Mampohini Dasibre Osei-Bonsu II had given the National Democratic Congress a 24-hour ultimatum to retract their statement or face consequences. During a meeting with the National Democratic Congress constituency executives, he emphasized the Ashanti people's inclusive and accommodating nature, highlighting that the region welcomes cultural and ethnic diversity. Now, the Minority Caucus in Parliament has called on the government to expedite effort to reconstruct the Edum market, which was recently gutted by fire. According to the minority, the incident has severely affected the livelihoods of the traders, necessitating urgent government intervention. The fire, which broke out in the early hours of Friday, destroyed several shops and goods worth millions of Ghana cedis, leaving many traders devastated. The caucus, led by the minority leader Alexander Makin, visited the affected traders and donated 200,000 Ghana cedis to support them. They also appealed to the government to release funds from the contingency fund to aid the victims, whilst emphasizing with the traders. Makin assured the minority would raise the matter on the floor of Parliament and push for necessary support to help the traders rebuild their lives.
Opportunity to make a humble plea to the government of Ghana that, looking at the effects of the situation we find here, obviously the traders are suffering. We know the commitment government made in some other areas. We urge on government to take funds from the contingency fund and immediately and without delay come to the rescue of the suffering traders of Edum.
Blue light.
I know that those here are blue light. I believe that within a year, if government is indeed committed to constructing these stores, government will be able to do it.
And that was from the Minority Caucus leader Alexander Makin. Now, the government has rejected Goldfield's application to extend its Darwin main mining lease, instructing the company to cease operations and vacate the site by April 18, 2025. The decision, communicated by the Minerals Commission, has cast uncertainty over the future of one of the country's key gold mining operations. Goldfields, a leading global gold producer, disclosed that the lease extension request was submitted in December 2024, despite what it described as extensive engagement with authorities and full compliance with all statutory requirements. The company says it was notified of the rejection and is now preparing to shut down operations at Damang. Although the company is working to safely wind down activities, the sudden closure could result in significant job losses and economic disruption for surrounding communities that depend on the mine. Industry watchers warn that decision could dampen investor confidence farmers in Ghana's mining sector. Meanwhile, Goldfield says it remains in ongoing discussions with the government to find a mutually beneficial path forward. The company continues to seek ongoing engagement with the government to secure the best outcome for all stakeholders, it says. Now moving to some sports, administrative manager of Hohoe United, Yusuf Al-Hassan, has asserted that the club is far from being an ordinary Division 1 league side, highlighting their solid infrastructure, financial stability and strategic operational model as key indicators of their ambition and professionalism. Despite their impressive season in the Access Bank Division 1 League Zone 3, table toppers Hohoe United suffered their fourth defeat of the campaign, falling 1-0 to Atrom the Visa at the Tuba AstroTurf. Speaking exclusively to us, Yusuf Al-Hassan emphasized that Hohoe United meet all the requirements set by the club licensed committee of the Ghana Football Association and is well positioned to compete in the country's top tier league. For the requirement to play Premier League football, I don't think they are so much beyond us. As we speak, the Hohoe Sports Stadium is one of the best football facilities you have around in this country, and Premier League games have actually taken place there. Those days when Hearts of Lions were struggling with venue issues, when work was still ongoing at the Kpando Sports Stadium, at a point they opted to play some of their games at the Hohoe Sports Stadium, and they hosted some major games there, including their game against Heart of Oak. So in terms of venue, I don't think we are going to have issues at all, it says. Financially, yes, I mean financing football in this country is no joke, but I think so far we've done very well for ourselves. Hohoe United firmly focus on securing promotion to the Ghana Premier League, have amassed an impressive 16 wins, 3 draws and 4 losses, bringing their post tally to 51. They currently lead the Access Bank Division 1 League Zone 3 standings, with Port City hot on their heels in second place with 48 points and just 7 matches remaining in the campaign. Now, up next, Hohoe United will face Golden Kicks in a crucial match day 24th away fixture at the Teshi Magdan AstroTurf, while Port City also hit the road to take on 16th place Akachi All Stars FC. Now, to sound showbiz, musician D-Crime has officially been elected as the new Student Representative Council President of Methodist University Ghana. In a victory message to his supporters via Instagram, the Kill Me Shine hit maker expressed heartfelt gratitude, saying, "This win is not for us, by us. God bless you. God make Methodist University Ghana great." D-Crime announced his candidacy on April 7, highlighting 10 policies he intends to implement if voted into power. He unveiled 10 bold pillars to guide his leadership, including transparency and accountability, academic support and resources, as well as financial aid and scholarship initiatives. D-Crime's victories prove that it's never too late for anyone to achieve their dreams. Reflecting on his journey, D-Crime noted, "I've always believed in giving back, from initiating the Wall of Fame to honor dedicated lecturers to the Digital Screen project that improved campus communication. My mission has always been about inclusivity, innovation, and impact," he says. And that's how we draw curtains for today on the morning news broadcast. My name is Deborah Adoso. Don't forget, as usual, to log on to www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. Thanks for making time with us. Good morning.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bliss.
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. My 20 things about Kwasem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say no artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Or you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars, you go be spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and you say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no, our Play Store and the App Store. Na tune in and say this what you say baba live on Facebook, go Instagram, any Ghana Talks Radio page and so now listen. I bet you fire 1 year, Wading, Jajan.
Morning and welcome to Ghana Talks Radio. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. My name is Pakwesi Omare and it is the conversational Tuesday edition. When I say conversational, I mean it's going to be more of getting into the details with the ladies in here. I mean, I'm talking about beautiful ladies in here. They claim to be single, but you and I know that they are not really single and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But yes, so it's another edition which promises to be very interesting, very educative, very insightful. And in the studios with me is Esinam and Regina. Reggie?
Yeah.
Me sha see free wo.
Okay.
What's in then?
Na mana do me hu ye.
Ah, ye de nyame na ase. Esi.
Huh?
How far?
It shock you.
I do. How your side?
Not that bad. I mean, Nramida sumo heat no anwame.
Hey,
sorry. Mama yeshi.
Sorry. You do so na say do
my reset.
Honestly, like I just want to be fair as a Ghanaian.
All right, be fair.
Who has been following the trends of governance for the past, let's say, 10 years. Because I know that in 2014, 2015, the Doomsday crisis was solved by John Mahama. One thing about our energy crisis is this. He purchased power. It was like a generator. And so we need to get the generation power from other sources. So we pay. If you are buying something, let's say you are buying something from your waste.
Yeah.
And then it gets to a time you come and purchase without paying. You see that we get to a time when you come, I'll tell you I don't have something. Or I won't even give it to you until you've paid me what you already owe.
Yeah.
Do you know that we've been owing? And here's the funny thing. The government purchasing this power from the IPPs, the private sources.
Those are the sources they get it from.
And selling it to the public. When they get it, they sell it to and they take the money. But when they are going for it, they don't pay. And as council meji with memfaso. And as I see, I'm a better worker until my power ni be. Mtimin so amenya power and farm marriage. So na dey na kwe.
And who is supposed to be held accountable for this?
It's government. But the funny thing is, the particular government who orchestrated this whole a ditch of a car yede, no, on the free power. No. And so this new government needs to find ways to pay all those arrears before we are going to get sufficient power supply.
So the monies that they were supposed to pay to the other source, where was those monies going to, or they weren't getting it at all?
Well, that is the primary question everyone is asking. Sikana meton edema regia major mediade.
What are you doing?
Serious. And that's why we are here.
Wow.
And so it's more like I say, Dumso Nasanya Ba say, this time around, it's way orchestrated Dumso. Yani Diabetu Yonso. Says ya power. Why no oye bibi or we are seeing our own here electricity? Everybody needs electricity for everything they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, what has says your mudum like says ya we are you're cut off.
Don't say it.
So it's obia here says ya cars about cry or moon here electricity to function. And you know, as a developing country, not the basic thing. Look at industries, look at entrepreneurs. People are trying to build something for caterers. They use electricity to bake.
Automatically, everything they do.
Every single thing.
Everything from baking. You see, I say or air fryer.
Yes.
And also you see electricity. Toaster, electricity first near the gas. You see, our gas cry or electric stove.
Yeah, electric stoves. That's what is taking over now.
Yeah.
Electric stoves are taking over. And you know, if the basic requirements needed to survive in this country can't even be provided for us, chale ya kwaya na ya baye.
I said no.
Ye tuya tax, ye say, yes, still the basic requirements are. Right, so them na me say, hey, as a show vin.
Oh, sorry, I say. But I thought in the mountains too, the weather would be kind of like a bit cold.
You see, our house is a story building. The story building, they like ye flow so necessarily, man. You know, heat, no, age in a dining. See, that's what so easy and also fun. Upi about one thing they are from Benyan from, but who inside there. And as at that time, I mean, I can't just come and sit outside. So
that's true. That's very disturbing.
Very, very, very disturbing. Yes, I also
sorry that. That's why you are so stressed.
My face lose stress then. But yes, that's just by the way. You can join a conversation on all our social media platforms at GhanaTalks Radio, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on X. Also on YouTube. Our WhatsApp line is 0202-544-614, 0202-544-614. Before we get into the discussions for today, we've seen something you just showed me earlier on, that the AMA is giving is it the Kaneshi vendors,
Yeah, vacation.
till the end of April to vacate
that premises.
And in Kumasi, the new mayor has also given them an ultimatum, and he has told them point blank, "Under sure, or them fear about." But I mean, the discussion around this, as we all know, Ghana, everything is debatable, arguing and all that. People are like, "Hey, Crawford, means of surviving. Now, more better than surviving." People are also like, "No, in teacher mindset, the right thing, a road path, footpath for people. You don't mean find a market. That's why we have markets all around."
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the conversation. What do you think should be done?
First off, what is preventing these people from going to the market to go and sell? And then why do they have to be on Kaneshi Kwa? There's no good though.
Have you been to the Kaneshi market?
The Kaneshi market?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've been there.
We've been there.
Last month.
And you actually saw space there for other people to come.
That was what I wanted to say.
We didn't see.
Choked.
Yeah,
the place is choked.
Yeah.
So they should expand the building.
Expand to where?
Osha Kaneshi baby esi ya. Osha baby esi na si expand ya.
Expand to where?
Yeah, magic not required now.
Expand it because the Kaneshi footbridge.
Yeah.
2 people can't walk on it. You have to wait for the next person to come, which is very bad. One day we come here and we hear that bridge has collapsed. Look at Medina.
Yeah.
Why are they not on Kashiman footbridge? Why are they not there? Is it because that place is not active or?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But you know the interesting thing, Nipa Baku started up.
Obianeba.
Exactly.
That means I was saying Tongo. Or no one not
the next time a lot of people
will come. Yeah. So in as much as people are finding ways and means to survive, I think the right thing needs to be done. But I can actually dare me, I second it. They should sack all of those people there.
From the beginning of the footbridge to the other side, the end,
everywhere.
And even where wheelbarrows, motorcycles and all those people are supposed that place
the
to
pedestrian lane.
Oh. Hey, that's bad though.
So this one, if the government is sacking them, there should be another alternative. It's not like they should just sack
there is no there is no alternative to this.
You think they can't find a place for them?
Why should they find a place for them? That is why a market square is there.
But you also mentioned that the market is crowded.
The market is crowded. So you as an individual should find another alternative. It's not everything about government. It's high time we also think as humans.
Yeah.
And so what I would say footbridge, as people are occupying it day in and day out, the construction of the footbridge is weakening. Weakening. You see, and it's not only the people on top. Even some people, baby are footbridge in the chassis. If in Kofobi chassis, or more tonton or and even a quino. So just imagine, Namin Pengu, this thing collapsing one day. Do you know the number of people who will get hurt, the number of people who will die as a result of this? And it is a negligence that can be avoided. But this is not a matter of a humor, bro. We know that our mothers want the better future for their kids. That is why they go as far as risking their lives to provide, but not at the expense of someone's life. Not as you were saying. You said that you hope that one day if it collapses, no loved one of yours will be there. Yes, I have to say it. So that should tell you that no one wants to wake up one day and hear that as a result of someone's negligence, my loved one died because of that. No, we wouldn't be happy.
So you think the government shouldn't intercede for these people?
Why should they intercede?
What is there to even intercede for?
Maybe they find a place for them.
Where?
If let's say it was a market and government wants to do something there, and so government is vacating them, then government is supposed to find them a place. But it's not a market, it's a footbridge. Okay, just imagine they are there selling. we all here, we also have other businesses doing. Let us all go there. We are also going to sell. So it's not appropriate. We don't need to encourage these things.
The government has to close eyes and sack them.
See,
and you know these traders are very stubborn, especially Accra. I've witnessed where Abaye, Eba, Omukita, Emba, they'll beat these people, elderly women, they'll beat them. They'll still come back the next morning.
At the expense of even seizing their
they will still come back. They will still come back. Malam, when you are taking the highway, it's a quite faso called Malam Market. I used to work at Malam Market, and we got it got to a point where a car field break and a tree form one or more pedestrian road, a tree form also. Some people died, some people got hurt. That place is not meant for you to sell there.
And do you know that it's actually because of these things, and I encourage most of this traffic we experience in town.
Exactly.
Because baby, I was a car in a park, nipa go and so I was a car in a park or crying.
Oh,
and so do I say Ujina, no, our parking will load the answer. Like, see, sorry. If we really want to develop as a country, baby, I share say, and I am Okra was a issue. I never say no, say the shase.
Little basic.
These are the basic foundations we can build on to develop our country. Because a country without order is full of chaos, and you don't develop a chaotic country and father. And that's what we are experiencing now. Everyone does what they like. Everyone does what they like. Baby, I know the Nadia BC or the container BC or turn at the transaction or the like.
The roads once a quine baby or her a thought that nipa to me faso. A be as a quine near a quine be Sunday. A hawk crumbled in your messy hotton.
But I don't understand.
Very dangerous.
Why is it that the governments know that where these people are dangerous and then they need to sack them? Why is it that they have to wait for people to get used to the place
before
and then people
sacking them
plenty there before you come and sack
I feel
them?
that their attention are not drawn to these quicker.
No, you as a government you don't need
like
your attention to be drawn to be something.
Like your eye has to be like everywhere. An example is this AMA people. When you are building, immediately you start their foundation, that's when they have to come and tell you to stop building. But they will wait. Where is the area? No more they red paint.
Stop work.
So when I was doing the foundation, you didn't see me.
Stop work. Now I am
No.
Oh,
you know, some people even construct walls around them.
I even
that.
I even learned that some of their builders they even write it themselves so that when the AMA people come, they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, try."
You know the funny thing, the reason why they will wait for you to start building to a certain level is this: they know that as at then you will never say you are collapsing it. It's in over with your bribe. So see the entire thing. Esha say free in painful. You know what we were saying earlier on the review show that the system needs to work. The individuals, one man a system, or no, yeah. Just as you asked, why would government wait for these people to go and sell there whilst they know it's dangerous for them?
It's dangerous for
them. Says you are feel comfortable. So right from the onset, you make sure the AME, the assembly, makes sure that nobody even thinks of coming here to sell. Ejuma in Ghana, and recruit AME because we need such evacuation.
And I will also blame the assembly men and women because I feel that these assembly people they are actually responsible for all of this.
See,
as an assemblyman, you need to oversee the things in your community. So whoever that is in charge of this, has it now or no,
yeah.
So when you start sacking the people small, obiamba, when kofona ebebre, I feel so babe pamomo, and I won't be surprised if those start to go on demonstration. Say I buy air pamomo.
When we say no more demonstration, na police for be go on and fast work. I mean, what are you?
Because first of all, the government is even thinking of your safety. You know, I'll say that these individuals are just stubborn. We are just stubborn first-class animals. Because circle, efa baby wo ho a omode aban ankasa de embuo.
Yes.
It's easy to avoid these people from selling their share. Ne table no the mbo chance so there be balance. Na oton
yeah, some sleep there.
Yeah, some people sleep there. That's people's home.
It's
very worrying.
We can't just keep out of mercy, out of grace, encouraging unlawful deeds. It will never develop the country, and that's why we are stuck where we are.
Yeah.
Oh, we mukra or you so pam na infa no koton ade. Time mo me food bridge you no here there no so oton ade.
Exactly.
No here there no ton ade. Enti I will say sometimes yenti mu get thing won ya maybe hu. Ye dey na insi firm to do the right thing.
Yeah,
because whatever they are doing, Charlie. Me, I'm in support of it.
Yeah.
They should sack them.
They should sack
them. They should come and sack them. Whoever. Na men so idea who hear me back up your drivers. Bus stops no loading. Bus stop on your station.
Yeah.
Bus stop who do what? You shouldn't take more than 30 seconds at the bus stop. It's either you are offloading someone or you are picking someone. And to Obian soon here car bus stop. Who do what seconds Obian ni what cause circular which like I was saying deploy police for near there to all these places.
These are not the things they are paying attention
to. That's what they do. And then Abuchi, but Mr. Won says siren blow the way. Like they've been deployed, they are working. I almost she's a black motor so a team we ask no makana to say. Obi and a car on register car on the no dinage. No, Queens one of Queens. Until we begin to, enforce these state institutions to do the right, we demand accountability from them.
Right.
Because in it could have been avoided.
Yeah.
But it was overlooked.
When you get to Rwanda, you Charlie.
The last time one of my lecturers was praising that country.
Charlie. No, there is not a single stop joint that's been in Sio.
Everywhere.
Their bus stops are working. Can't you baby can funny ba? Ope car now bus stop no will fear nimpe jinawa 30 minutes away from
Nantico. Their laws are working. When it happens like that, when you flout it, you know that at the end of it, this is what you are doing.
Exactly.
So if you think you have that resources to be able to sort it out, then you go and do it.
Even La Paz here is not even La Paz, Banyard. It's not make us a highway, but Shadanya highway gidi sa. You know when you are going to La Paz, the path that they take. They sometimes stand there and pick people.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, is this where you are supposed to pick someone? And I'll even be questioning. Sometimes I'll see them. So sometimes it's not say chinchinachi. The government needs to do something, but it's our personality, our mentality, how we think as individuals. it also contributes to it because aban no betimi putting measures in place of making sure say we na ye nye biom but nipa da seni waka say obeyendo obedu abro so
me eno na de bia meka no she nipa die you say something right now say we are first class animals it's true
that one day
she uja ye pe maye nemo nipa be ye no you'll be shocked and there was a ban on making sure say we creating system it won't give you the chance to misbehave. Just imagine say you deploy police for bus stops near there. Like you should this is your post every day you are there. More than a shift, it'll be about 2 hours call for be replace you. But this is your post. Making sure say car be a image na ham find any station.
Right.
Odu ho na ofa nipa poa na woko.
Na woko. But I don't know go boys in the cashier.
I mean go to Medina. A bus stop is now a station.
Yeah. Especially under the bridge.
Yes. What shouldn't be so? So what is the Road and Highways Authority doing about it?
They are not even looking there. See, the problems are not that. It's not like
heightened ABL.
These are close basic to things. Us. The problems are the basic where you need to start from. They are close to you. But assembly and like nobody's been paying attention. These are the petty issues that they need to solve. Right.
We really need to.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I mean the government should sack them. However they survive. Yes, as it's your online business, Abba. Also, you're audio online.
I mean, making money more online. All you need is data.
You're audio online because I mean, you won't see na nipa bebre be we no be pra.
Yeah.
Be na regi ken break at it na fanipa. But some common tete wa.
No. Nobody will die.
It's a good call. These are the calls that we want them to do. But me problem ni omobe na once no more jai.
No more jai.
First then na buy you for me or Medina. Yeah. If we do o Medina here like sin. Uchop obi andwedwra oni ade.
Oh. Chese. The way
you look at you, if looks could kill, like by now,
like most of us are dead.
It's serious, very serious. We need to loud our voices on these things. Government needs to do something about it. You nema abrochiri, anya she, anya di hu, just say, anya she. These are the same things. Men ya deal we were on yet. We are high be fine, or fine, or chill. Ahano police ni ojinaho. We ya or bejiska. Or bejiska. Oh, I wouldn't say be a wejine. Oh, I buy which I just 5 cities. Okay. 5 cities. Oh man.
And the last time we were going to Accra.
That police officer.
Says I won't get a card though. I don't know the card number.
ID card, you know.
Hold on. Hey, we are doing this.
Technology.
Technology. I'm more cards
Alright, but I mean, hey, trends and so bad. So what from that?
Technology.
No card na. Audience our season we will drive next
And you know, I'm not drivers no. I'm your cromons.
Yeah, they are not scared. They do anything they want, unless the military. Military of a boss is here, but could be a share military boat driver for wrong overtaking.
But the whole thing is that the responsibility of a military is not for eternal purposes like this. Even all this boku near Americos, also police near handle.
Police.
Yeah. Military need they are for external protection. That's what we need them for. The police, you handle the internal affairs. The military handles the external affairs.
Right.
And on Emma, I thought that now we are calling for them to handle certain things. As a because and shada and your mujuma. But I see how so mujuma nangasa be my dear Yamu we are.
Eh, so mujuma name ba.
Ghana yɛ no wan na ɛkɔkɔ ntɔkwa.
Yeah.
Wɔn a yɛ no wɔn bɛkɔ ntɔkwa yɛ Nigeria for wɔn nso yɛ kɔ saa ntɔkwa no wɔ online deda.
Very true.
Virtual fight. O me jollof yɛ the same o de like say ɔmo inema bi a ɔmo ka. Mention this word and let me see as a Nigerian. Like these things. That's what the fight doctor. And why you talk on it's a military for Moko Yedem. And you release you. Be a bastard, be a military back police for two. Military back police for two.
Military is not always showing him no.
The uniform alone. It speaks volumes.
Yeah. But you know, familiarity breeds disrespect. I'm too familiar with this particular person. I'm too familiar with Isinam. So I can choose to do whatever I want with it. So I feel that these drivers, motorists are too familiar with the police officers to the extent that they've now come to accept bribery.
Yeah. As a normal thing.
As a normal thing. Yes. So it would breed disrespect and all that. But all the military kojinawa. Now look at him the look alone.
Yes. Sunday I saw a driver shouting at a police officer.
Hey. Look at this.
Je did Google. What's the now say uniform kicking out share? Uniform kicking or the man was wow, that's right.
I don't know. I don't know, but you must say it mean to me.
People have that courage.
And you must say mean to me. Say me because in the first place, me for minimum, me job bribe nothing. Said now we are me to my do so thrown here.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Now, me Uber catch them and say uniform keke. Uniform keke. Me uniform. Na me so me yi wasi.
Now they see
do se trotre ya. The best say uniform ne keke na. No, like discipline needs to enter people.
Exactly.
It needs to. And yes, one by young kwasi adesa. One time. Legon hono. Na yeba me Madam Fubako or immigration officer. What's immigration for no almost green be almost a military way, you know. Then that's one thing we don't even know. All the security forces Obia to me arrested. Immigration to me arrested, fire service be arrested. Obia.
Really?
All of them has handcuffs and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, bana trotro bia ana yamfa a mobile stop no nti ya nam so nti wo ye rough sisi ya what work na ahwefo na me say
why
we hwe ni mate no masa muncho
share
for here
not today
no omo eko ameka chedi chali ono kra manu ensi na woni tim deda ti ya parkis yo muka na nim see no see from the uniform.
Ale.
These are some of the fights I want to like, you know.
Passengers, no. Yeah, so there's I didn't know about.
Oh, poster.
Me ye been so bad. Catch him is hey. Yeah, me sure.
Hey, Madam Omari.
No, but no, yeah, before it was. I can't get to you.
I'm more tomato baby.
O pentema ko twa ba ko no akolodi like.
Oh, serious oh.
People's life.
I'm making conform cha.
Nanka yeah sank ye be sizu o muki no. Na ye o mama ka afofo.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Omo pache o ye pache. Ya na akoche sisika bi amfa.
Now sign the Odieba.
Boys are
So like they need that, and yes yes action na wo so mo adwo if other ones na wo ho no kro bia parky oyi na me say so they know the right thing
but they don't want to do it.
You see, sometimes you are in the trotro, you see a driver or driver who police ni pen one start about seat belt.
Yeah,
I mean
only seat belt.
And I know that you're not supposed to wear slippers to drive
or even sleeveless.
In Gofoshe slippers, so now who police nana you should that one.
It's our own share.
And it's for your own protection too. That's what I don't get. Seat belt wo ba. And your police no ebe jenenkwa.
One ebe
seat belt. Wo pay my DSC at least it can restrain you from falling over.
Exactly.
On you, on police in the moment.
Na afe na oshe.
Sometimes I'm really meant to believe something. Nyankopon obo abrofo. But before the abofu bi na boy.
Nyankopon boy ni now. Things are abrofo no mo mu de na ebe yo. Bo mu da bi ebe yo mu de ya de pana o ba na ebe ye den no mu di be ye ni.
Ye no ko obro ni be ye be no.
Hey, okay, but you know these white people practice sorcery.
Obibini beye.
Sorcery. And also beye ni bia.
Obibini beye. Jai. She una hu bi.
Obibini beye na rebellion. Like that's where day.
Abrofo de end say magic. Ye beye like beye
mu beye.
Ye ka beye ya de say ade. It's obroni on funny dey say ade nya beye.
Yes, and America say Ghana for near for ye beye ni nya de pa. But these people they use it well.
She abefu kwa na hwe which abefu.
And also I feel that it's high time even though we wouldn't respect police officers, we need to respect their uniform.
See, let me tell you this. Well, this one I'll come in.
Okay.
The respect is end.
Okay, that's right.
Respect is end.
Respect is end.
Soldier for my bontin say hey, more respecting end. Soldier need sorry my bontin. Hey, Regina, I'm a soldier. Respect me. One who now respect me.
Just by their uniform.
Not like it's how they comport themselves. Let me put it that way. Oh, Megina we ni mo nkase baby wa parking in your 5 cities.
Right.
Police for omuja side na ye nne. Or chill. Or maybe say bribe. You will see the respect they will begin to garner. Because they are the second highest security force we have in the country.
Right.
And in fact, every internal security affair, they are responsible for it. So, in Kadena, you respect you. What outside? And say abroad, what even one movies you cry. Say, and yan to quite another country. One saw more army. Or movie free base.
No.
It never happens.
No.
Never happens. The police is handling everything, and still look at how disciplined they are. So that should tell you the power the police has. They are abusing their own powers.
It is well.
It's not really
we say
well
it is well. It is well. Charlie.
Yes, you can. You know it is well.
We need to work. We need to work.
Well, let's get into the conversations for the day. But I mean, so far, we all agree that whatever the AMA is planning to do is
it's a good cause. Yeah, it's a good cause.
It should be extended all across the country. I think say Kumasi for no announce or Mudi Intina crowns or my bear announcement. The crowns it shouldn't just be the Kaneshi.
Yeah,
everywhere. Baby, footpath. Now for the containers you are not on watching. It's a pedestrian lane. She a baby no be na no trap kwemu. Wamrekwa or nim within 20 meters. Zebra crossing also on drive and so but when so nipa na zebra crossing no born nipa na be me nkwada Menko, mena zebra crossing, my jojo me. If I go menashi.
It means we are the ones putting our own lives at risk.
Oh yeah, we are.
Now I'm saying for maybe boy, din pam. When you get to Insufa,
I don't know.
Oh, getting to would you only men I see?
Yeah.
Would you a nice yeah? Oh,
I'm not so sure. What's it in this? I blew my nice.
Yeah. You see this is a syntax billboard. Nanamada so you let's say that billboard kakaka. And there's this wooden structure where they sell drinks, cocktail and all that. Oh, baby on my gatan and any panini shop no abesi ho. Do you know say your family boy you know that billboard it's broke and a ball the shop no so. And that shop no amua. So just imagine that at that moment you were in selling. You are just a flat, you are dead.
It's serious.
With regards to the billboard, that reminds me, I never knew there was actually a regulation
for billboards.
Where you are supposed to situate your billboard.
Yeah.
Because looking at our country, obia to me the billboard anywhere.
And you know when this, I think they are called Advertisement Association, when they came out to talk, they especially attributed it to these political parties. Because they just wake up one day, especially in time of election, and they just start erecting billboards anyhow, just like that.
Yeah, true.
And even I learned, even if you're on a highway, billboards in the
middle of
I learned it's wrong.
Yeah, where pedestrians are actually supposed to pass.
Yes, it's
some of the
wrong.
billboard
Yes.
So if they are indeed laws, what are they? Oh, are they?
So the law enforcement agencies responsible for such things, and in this case, we're actually looking at the assemblies.
Yeah, the assemblies.
Yeah, so it's assemblies in the Yeshua crowd. There was a gunu. Because someone
Hey.
I'm on yes, you know, almost on for subia. So, most of these things ain't happen.
Yeah, it will stop.
It will never happen. It will never happen. But look at what we are facing. Here, special announcement for these things. Like, that's just by the way. Moving on to our topics for the day, and the first topic, very interesting one, says that government has allocated money for free sanitary pad distribution. Prior to the 2024 elections, one of the most advocated policies was free sanitary pad, especially for students in SHS and all that. And so government has taken upon themselves to allocate about $300 million, right? Yeah, if I get the figure
almost.
right.
So it's 294 and some coins. Is it 4 pesos or something?
Dollars.
Yeah.
For the distribution of sanitary pads.
Let me get that right.
And for how long? Is it going to be annually or monthly or?
It wasn't stated.
Okay. So let's even approximate it as annually, because I was of course yes, and people are asking, if we have this much money, why don't we set up a company ourselves which can manufacture or produce these parts and distribute to these kids? That's one side of the argument. The other side is that if these monies are being dispersed, then we should procure it from local businesses so that they can also get some money for themselves and all that. Okay, so 292.4 million Ghana cedis. Okay.
Ghana cedis.
Yeah. So, which is which? What do you think the government's decision should have been in regards to this allocation of funds for?
Well, per what I know, I learned there's already a local sanitary pad manufacturing company here in Ghana. So they are going to be purchasing from them and supply to the school people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw that on GTV.
Yeah, and I also feel that there's no need to set up another another company, just a factory just purposely for these things. As she said, they can purchase, or they can rather come together, collaborate with this company and distribute it. Ebiana, I wouldn't, if you are supposed to buy it 10 cedis, when you collaborate with these people, you can get it as low as 5 cedis, 6 cedis, 7 cedis. Yeah. So with this distributing of sanitary pads, it's a very good thing. Very good thing. Because especially in the rural areas, up till now, there are some people who still use rags
and dead dry leaves. Plantain.
Even you using the original sanitary pad, how does it feel like? And you opting for dirty rags, tissues, and all that.
You wash them and then.
I even learned that there's something called reusable sanitary pad.
Yeah,
what
you
is
wash
this?
them and use it again.
Reusable sanitary pad.
Reusable sanitary pad. You wash them, dry them, and use it again.
No.
That's my
Is it good for you? Do you think it's a good thing? No, I'm not.
No, I don't think it's good.
Because this thing breeds germs, bacteria.
It's okay.
Oh, we are learning.
We are educating.
But that's why you brought us here.
Then should we go? Yes, now should you stand up and go?
We have 2 minutes to wrap up this particular topic.
No. It has got 2 hours there. We don't have 2 minutes. We have the whole time to talk about it.
Right.
But on a more serious note, we need to really look deep into these things. I feel that Mekan is saying some parents, I wouldn't say feel shy, but this African mentality. And I remember Betcha say your way. Even sometimes they don't even teach us sex education and all that. It is in school that you learn these things. And it's also,
are you sure it's in school?
Yeah, sex education. It's in school.
Female reproductive health.
It's in school. Yeah.
Oh, that's the sex education you're talking about.
The only thing your mom will talk about is when you started menstruating.
That's the only time I remember my mom called me at dawn
and advised you
when I started menstruating.
That be careful so that you won't get.
Hey, when I go to school and a boy touched me, oh my god! I remember when I started menstruating. You see, when you start menstruating, like after 3 months, it doesn't come again. I was asking myself, am I
pregnant? I remember. I've also gone through that ordeal before. And I told my mom was like, why? Are you the second Mary of Ghana? But this sanitary pad distribution, they should focus on both areas, the urban and rural, but they need to pay much attention at the rural areas. And also because some of these people do not have the luxury to spend on sanitary pads, some of them tend to absent themselves from school because if it's 1 week, I don't know how yours is, but most of the times ours is 1 week. Some people are 5 days. So are you saying that within these 5 days the person would absent themselves from school 1 week straight, no school, because of lack of money to buy all these things. So they need to create the awareness and also stop people from using these dirty rags, tissues, and all that.
Well, I feel that one reason people miss school may not be because of sanitary pad, but discriminating and stigmatization.
How?
Because they feel as if when you're menstruating, you're automatically dirty.
Especially in some
to the extent that some people don't even cook for their husbands when they are menstruating. So it's not only distributing sanitary pad, but the education also has to go on to avoid discriminating and then stigmatization. We are all humans. If the person is menstruating and is going through proper hygiene and changing their sanitary pad every 8 hours or 4 hours, I think this thing wouldn't be kind of like a big deal. It's actually a natural phenomenon that we need to accept.
Okay.
To the extent of even male even don't want to talk about menstruation anymore. I taught my kid brother how to fix sanitary pad.
Oh, that's
in my pants. Yes, we teach him.
Really?
Because you will get married one day and you need to help your wife with all these.
Yes.
I need to help my wife fixing her
Yes,
sanitary
and even manage menstrual cramps.
Yeah, for the crumbs is
Do
fine.
you know there's
your wife fix your pad?
Do you know there's a menstrual package? Do you know that? Do you know there's a menstrual package for ladies? You don't know.
You see,
you are not romantic.
What are some of the benefits you think? But this initiative, I mean, how is it going to benefit the people and all that? I don't want to use the beneficiaries
of the sanitary pad.
I think what influenced the government to take up this initiative is regards to the tax that has been put on sanitary pad.
Okay.
I think there's a 15% tax on sanitary pad.
I thought it was
hasn't it
debated
been
and it was
scrapped?
taken off.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it has been scrapped.
I haven't really
I
heard
stand
it
to be
being
corrected,
scrapped.
but
I haven't heard it being
because
scrapped.
I still buy sanitary pad for almost like 20 cedis.
Oh yes.
So if indeed it has been scrapped, it should be reduced.
Okay.
So I think one thing that influenced the government to come up with this initiative has to do with the taxes on sanitary pad, and people don't have that luxury of money to buy sanitary pad. They would rather like to use toilet roll. How much is toilet roll? If you're having 5 cedis, can buy toilet roll.
People use toilet roll.
Yes, they use tissue papers.
Then things are going on.
Hey, Omari, if you see how people are suffering here, the last time we had a documentary at Tema Newtown, one of the girls said she has not seen sanitary pad before.
Tema Newtown,
Mahiam.
Tema
Newtown, Mahiam. She said she has not seen sanitary pad before.
Are you sure?
I'm serious.
In Tema?
Said, yes.
In
Tema Newtown. Yes, Tema Newtown. You see, in Tema, they come in communities.
Yeah.
This one is Tema Newtown, Mahiam.
Yeah.
That place is like a slum.
Wow.
I don't know if you've been there before.
So the
that
tax
place
has
like
been removed from
when we
sanitary
interviewed the
pads.
woman, she said she has not seen sanitary pad before.
Hey.
Yeah, that was what she said. Well, I'm just hoping she's not lying.
Oh, no.
But
I don't see why someone would lie about this.
She said she has not seen it before. I was even shocked. I see on who died. You always see a rag.
Oh, you should rag.
Yeah, she used rag.
Hey.
She used rag.
Then they'll wash it.
And use it again.
That's how bad. So this one is going to benefit people a lot.
Wow.
People wouldn't get to miss their class because they're in their periods. And at least if you have the sanitary pad, you have one of it in your bag.
Okay.
So if you feel it's coming, you quickly rush to the washroom and then you use it. But here lies the case. Mama Oscar said, go school. Their money is for your feeding.
Yeah.
And then when your flow comes, you automatically come home and then you've missed class. Simply because that feeding money doesn't cover the sanitary pad that you need to buy.
And how much is sanitary pad?
Sanitary, okay, for I don't want to mention.
Yes, so let's say averagely 20 cedis.
Yes, and you have to buy like 2 in a month.
Hey.
Yes. Me like this, I used 2 in a month.
Because in a day you need to change like 2
to 3 times.
Hey.
Yeah.
Then
so it's going to cut.
So you see, you have to start giving us a sanitary allowance.
Which of them?
So I think the government coming up with this initiative will benefit lots of young girls a lot.
Oh wow! Yeah. I never knew that was.
And it would also help improve health because, as we were saying, some people tend to use this rags and all that, and there's no way you can wash it. Use it again. It breeds a lot of infections.
People use
so with the sanitary pads, I think it would help.
Yeah, and I spoke. We happened to speak to some of the Kayayes in Accra.
Yeah,
and they were like, some of them go and sleep with men to be able to buy sanitary pads.
Afford these things.
Yes. And then speaking to one of them, she was like, she intentionally slept with a guy to get pregnant for 9 months, not to buy sanitary pads.
Oh Jesus.
She was lying.
It's true. Some people do that.
So my photography company.
So
that's what
even sanitary pad you couldn't afford.
Yeah.
You are going to give birth.
The man will foot all the bills.
The man will foot. So 9 months you will not be menstruating.
And it even goes as far as 1 year, 1.5 years. You wouldn't menstruate. Once you get pregnant.
The last time it's on Peace FM. One young girl said she went to sleep with a guy simply because the guy promised her you buy her sanitary pad.
Ha!
Yes.
I need to start promising people.
Hey, please, we beg you. We beg you.
I didn't know all these things work. Oh,
people are going through a lot too. With
I
regards
didn't
to
know
this
these things
sanitary
work.
pad thing. Yeah, people are going through a lot with regards to this sanitary pad thing.
Yeah. Oh, the topic was good.
So the government's coming up. But the only problem I have with this initiative, why is it only targeted to senior high school, but not girls in the rural areas who wouldn't be able to afford
these things? Yeah.
Why tackle just the senior high school? So it means that, is it that those people in the rural areas are not of priority or what?
Okay, I think that, you see, generally, the ages for menstruation, it kind of begins from when you are entering SHS, right? Or I'm wrong?
No. Now people as low as 9 years are menstruating.
9 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know someone who menstruated at 9, 10. She's in my house, in my room.
Wow.
You get it.
Wow, that's
sometimes it all boils down to our lifestyle
and the food we eat
and all that.
Okay. But then, like, generally, that was the mindset. So,
Yeah.
oh, SHS are some starts about. And into no sa kwalan whether or cry na se krum cry or beko school, you know, she can benefit from that. I think that's why. Because if you should really take it to the rural areas in crossing I mean, how are you really going to get all of them to, you know? But so mobile school and so okay, class B, you allocated this amount, so.
But how would they distribute it? Will they go to each school and go and distribute it to?
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be. I think it's going to be like, maybe every month we are bringing you about 1,000 pieces of sanitary pads every school. It's every month you are expecting it. And so every 2 weeks I think something like that.
Yeah. But then times, I remember when I was in primary, they used to share sanitary pad for us. These companies, I remember always, they'll come to our school, come and teach us how to fix. In fact, they mix us with the guys.
Okay.
So when they are teaching the ladies, the guys are also learning as well, because they said we shouldn't discriminate. The guys should also learn and know about pad.
Okay.
Should know about menstruating. But I don't know why they stop. These organizations, why they stop. Yeah. Is it because of the high tax that has been put on it? Because it really helped us a lot. Because when it happens, like, you always have that sanitary pad in your bag. So there's no way you are going to ask for permission to go home if you're in your period, because the school knows that always sanitary pad came here to come and distribute sanitary pad to the students.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
so I don't know why they stop.
You know, with this non-governmental organization and now
the
NGOs, yes, they tend to do everything almost by themselves.
Yeah.
Without especially no government help. So I feel that the money is not enough, or they are not really getting that fund, that sponsorship, that support. So I feel that it's high time certain private institutions can also collaborate with these NGOs and boost their support system and help them to also go out to schools and help with this. Because as we said now, sanitary is now very expensive.
Yeah,
very expensive. So just collaborate with these private institutions, then they do it.
Aside distributing sanitary pad, I'm big on the education and the awareness, because as old as I am here right now, if I tell my dad my abdomen, he's like, go and take magazine. Like, Daddy, you don't understand that my abdomen, like, I'm having cramps. So like that education should go on, not just
Yeah,
only the
you see,
females, but the male as well.
This is where I mean the argument always comes in. Women just prioritize themselves on anything.
Hey, you think cramps is easy?
Hey, on my
Hey, do you know that cramp? Some people have. Oh, there's a name for it. Some people's own are very severe to the extent that they visit the hospital. Automatically, it's not just the waste to come out just
easy.
Like.
So cramps is not easy.
It's not.
Have you ever experienced
blue balls?
It's like
that's what you want to say.
No, I want to mention something.
More experience.
No, but we learn in school.
Oh.
What I was about to say,
know,
but I know that you know.
No, I know what you want to say.
What was I about
No,
to
that's it.
say? What I was about to say has nothing to do with whatever boy.
But in a way,
talent.
I feel like I can read your mind. That like when what comes out of you during how you feel weak and all of that.
No. So some balls are colored. We have blue balls.
Oh,
which other colors?
JHS and SHS. That was what the boys taught us. That it gets to a point, you men feel blue balls and it's very painful.
Yeah, very, very painful. Me, I want to know from a guy. Oh yeah, he taught me.
Which guy? What did he tell you provokes this colored ball?
Oh, come on. You know, in schools, we have a whole lot of conversation. Especially with this reproductive health and all that.
Can't believe you're in class with married women. Oh my God, you get to hear things. And now my husband didn't let me sleep.
It's okay.
And it's okay. So yeah, the Century Pad initiative is a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. But education and awareness needs to go on as well to debunk discriminating and then stigmatization as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the education is really important. I mean, we have, but in terms of the education, there are some tribes that actually, because you mentioned that there are people who, if you're menstruating, you can't even cook for them.
You can't even cook for them.
It's like a cultural belief, a tradition.
Yeah.
So with that one, what do we do?
So I think it all boils down to the education.
Yeah.
Of course, it's science.
Okay.
And I'm a boy.
Yeah.
But science were too you traditional.
But looking at where we are, that superstition that they used to tell us that if you're in the bathroom, you don't have to sing.
You see the Gen Zs.
At 6 o'clock, you can't whistle.
So you see the Gen Zs.
So I feel like this superstition is also telling us that as a lady, if you're in your menstruation, you need to be neat. Like you need to take your hygiene very seriously. Because some people even go and change their pad and they don't wash their hands, then they'll come and cook for you. So I feel like this superstition is just leading you to keep yourself well and be neat and then hygienic as possible when you are menstruating. Because why would my husband tell me not to cook? Obviously he feels I'm dirty. So why won't I take my shower, do what I have to do? Even when I'm neat, you wouldn't even know that I'm going through that. Yeah.
I think it's true. One of the things that, I mean, growing up, we got to realize was some of these things. They told us that if you are bathing and you sing, your mother will die. Now, nobody wants to lose their mom.
My mother is dead and resurrected.
Nobody wants to lose their mom. But you know, the truth is that it is just something to scare you off from singing so that the soap, the bubbles, won't enter.
Yeah.
Like that's just it. And I would enumerate mostly in Crawford. If you now be with
Michelle Tyres up.
me, they're not me poo. And also, I see a fair for a beefy. I mean, or what is your my heading? So, most of these things, and I believe there's part of it.
Yeah.
They believed that just for you not to make the mistake of staining yourself or I don't know the right word to use. Maybe you are cooking and you are staining it. It's accidentally, you know, get mixed with the food. So then let's just build it as a tradition. Women street here, men yes, say like all these things. Superstitious
What
beliefs.
accidentally gets in the food?
Just like the way you go and
What you when I asked you about the balls, did you tell me? You are asking me.
No, I wanted to get your statement really right.
Maybe it could be that you went to change your sanitary pad, you didn't wash your hands, and then there's blood stain on your hands, and then you go.
Or even touch someone or do something, you know, the balls or hey, that is a balls. Oh. Yeah, so moving on to our next topic. I think we've briefed on it a little, but we'll still go into that.
Still hit on it.
Yeah, the rental assistance scheme suspension. I mean, these people, as we said earlier, I'm also for so say.
So the rent,
if they hadn't really come out with this press release. Had any of you heard of them in existence before?
No, for me personally, no.
Zomo.
Yeah, they are there, and they are supposed to be assisting people.
What I'm saying, and call sa agent no me or dime be you be shen way 200 cedis. Oh, young. Nka women also among us are there.
Yeah,
they need to assist you in finding a room.
The agent's fee.
They need to assist you in finding
and even lobby for you.
Yeah. So they need to negotiate on your behalf and all that. Send your landlord no crown to me in CC. But here we are. So yes, they are calling for a suspension of their.
So scheme. If it's not serving you right, why won't you suspend it? So the National Rental Assistance Scheme is a program designed to help individuals pay rent advances by providing direct payments to landlords, which can then be repaid in monthly installments. So here they are more or less like an intermediary between you and then the landlord, just like the way the agents do. But with the agents, they only look for the apartment for you, and then they take a percentage of what you are paying for the apartment, which is
me pedan ba misika here ready. Omo betuma kotua ama. Na wo tua ne nkakra mo.
So it's more or less like they are loaning you.
Yes. Okay. Like that's the actual AU. I think I beba branch we si so wo we fi e bia Kumasi abedu Accra when you adwuma nti wo be start adwuma, but I mean won't start in your salary. Ti e bia wo hia dan. You go and see them. Oh, okay. Then we'll find you a room. Ebia ombenya room na ma. Omotua 1 year amount. Omotua ebia 5,000 cedis. I'm just giving a figure.
Yeah.
Now what you an kakra ma. That's how it should be.
That's how it's supposed
That's
to
what
be.
They are supposed to do. But look at what they are doing.
That's very bad.
Very they actually have an allocation. Modi yes are there.
But what do you think could be the problem? Could it be leadership or irregular supervision?
Yes, I think people don't even know they exist too.
Or simply because the law is not enforced with regards to that, so they are also not doing their job, or they are not paying attention to that.
Obi ama omo ho mpo so ombo omo enhai dan. Obi anim say nkrofo we ti ase. No, did you know about it?
Me, I didn't know. Exactly. I saw it in the news yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, so these people today,
they,
and our mama
agents,
really
them really
did. Agents now, quite say it's a full-time job for people.
Yeah, it is. There are some homes or some houses when you go there. One is around our area. When you go there personally as the tenant to rent a house, the landlord will tell you, no, talk to my agent first. Because the agent needs to get something now. And also the bashani butum sana sikana kasaba landlord. So it's a full-time job for some people.
And I won't be surprised if these landlords actually owe these agencies. Because the agents in Nigeria definitely landlord in the commission be home.
Yeah.
Definitely in the commission be home. So if it's not working, it's good to suspend it. So if they are suspending it, are we going to go the old ways through the agents?
But I mean, that's what we've been doing all along.
Well.
Nobody has ever engaged this national rent assistance scheme people ever. When's the last time omubu a pay dime?
Exactly.
Nobody knows they exist. Nobody knows. Intino because the last time I paid dime one out share. Me paid dime and share. So what are they for? They are not of benefit to us in any ways at all.
More emails now will be address that Kotobabi. But they are not working. If they are not working, I think it's a good cause to suspend.
Can it be that the government is not really paying particular attention to them, or they lack certain amenities to work effectively?
That could be a factor, though.
But even if that is a factor, we've never seen them work in the first place.
Hey, at least if I see you working, then I'll come.
Yeah, exactly. And secondly, they've never come out to say they need this kind of materials or tools to work, and government haven't provided it. Tools no here. I mean,
all they need is the law
and the money. Say you'll be bad, then you find a way to recoup that money so that the next person comes, you use it to fund that person as well.
Right.
See, Inca, this is a very good state agency. Inca be one of the most popular, important agencies we have.
And they even generate revenue for the government.
A lot.
Because if you are paying the loan back, definitely you are not going to pay back what I give.
Yeah.
The
At least interest
can
can
so you pay for that interest as well.
A lot. And so.
And assuming
they are charging out outrageous prices.
It's sad. And assuming they take up this cause very seriously, at least in every district there will be offices.
Yes.
Because definitely people will be looking for houses, and that will generate even employment for people.
Yeah, that will. Because districts and so omo sub agents in every town.
Yeah.
In every town, you know, what town we are, ebia opedan wa ha. Ebia, what the amfa say, yenga posti wa ba Accra. Ubedra Accra district be near the woto ye. Ebia o district ana constituency we. Ko constituency one ma omo we rent assistance scheme for you. No ko hu omo. Oh okay. Nti krobe support na omo de woto ye. Oh we bia woshi. Okay. No omo so contact say awoshi office no omo apedan ama wo. Like it will be so simple, easy.
That's simple, but
easily.
Black man, we don't want to learn.
Your post teacher for omonkasa be brands teach nurses
like, teachers, NSS personnel.
It is
all
too bad.
These people, you can generate revenue from these
a
people.
Lot.
But
a lot.
Suspension baby, they should just suspend it if it's not of a good cause or is helping people.
It is really of a good cause, but we haven't benefited
enough from it. So why not?
They should be shut
and
down.
who is the government that is supposed to be paying these people?
Definitely.
Yes. This is a government institution. Once they are called national, and I think they form under the rent control people. I'm very sure.
They work under them.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so moving on. Government to give $1 million to peasant farmers for vegetable production. And I learned that is in the northern region, right?
Yeah, in the northern region.
Yeah.
Why in the northern region?
Truth is that we have the lands there. We have the land there that we can really utilize for vegetable production. And if we can actually, as a country, begin to do these things, open vegetables in himself, northern side, vegetables, open grains, vote, like, see, I sa in Kebebwa. minim so me here vegetable bia me mama mo so fan of se amenya bia me pe bia ba me pe banchi a me difa bono amenya bia ba me pe mu a me kwa ha amenya bia ba. Like if we can do it that way, it will really help us.
Right.
So yes, but this initiative, what do you think of it?
Oh, I think it's a good one, because these peasants farmers, they're actually individuals or families who cultivate and manage small-scale farms, often using traditional or low-tech methods. So if this money is being distributed to them, productivity is going to go high. They will work on with time, and then productivity will be definitely going to cultivate more, because if you have fiança farmer kwako yusu ho na wasa akoto na oye, then once you have the tractors and all of that to help you to maybe weed or something to cultivate these things. So I think distributing monies to these people will help a lot. And I learned sometimes to these peasants farmers, they rent the land. So if government is going to give them this money, they can buy the land, own the land, and then employ people to work on the farm.
Okay.
So they'll cultivate in a large quantity, and then I also know that they call their family members to also work on the farm. It's the only family who will work on the farm for them. Only family who will work on the farm for them. So if this money is being distributed, they'll own the land, buy modern technologies to work on the farm, and then employ people as well. Productivity, productivity and then cultivation of the vegetables will also be plenty. And if we import vegetables, do we import vegetables?
Yeah,
Ghana.
some do.
Ghana here?
Yeah, some do.
The only thing we don't import is our own self.
Because there are some carrots, Osha carrots in free Ghana.
They say They say in free Ghana. Sometimes if you go to the shopping mall and they give you the price tag for 1 carrot, you ask yourself.
We import everything. Everything.
So if government is giving this money to these people, importation of these vegetables will also reduce. Because definitely we are getting it from our people here in Ghana. So why then would I have to import it from another country? So I think it's a good cause. But my problem is how are they going to utilize the money well and make sure that the money that they've been given to is used to perform what they are doing.
Intended purpose.
Well, if there's anything I know about farmers, is their loyalty to
some farmers are that passionate.
That's the one thing about farmers, is that they always end up being, that's the only thing they know how to do. That's the only way they know how to survive, most farmers. And so 1 year no want to inquire the fufuobia sika what the man no wan fan share ne farming ma oni ade fufuobia or the sika ne koye. And mostly even where they are situated, where they are located, aside farming, you can't do any other thing. So it's of your own benefit to invest in that farming you are doing.
And it looks like with those in the northern region, farming is the only source of income for them.
Most of them.
Aside the share butter and cattle rearing, farming.
If I'm a plot of land, meets me a farming, yes, can share.
And you know, with those people, to more ones as a pan. They
have vast land. Have you been to the northern region before?
No.
You can drive like from here to Medina. Now we dying back. Plains.
I got to know they cultivate a lot of yam.
The Dambai areas there.
Dambai is part of northern region.
How you know I can help?
Oh really? Because the Dambai or water. Sorry.
You are Bulgarian and you don't know where Dambai
I don't know.
Coffee.
All along my mind, I thought Dambai was around.
And so, just today, government had to deploy 5,000 agric graduates to support farmers.
Agric
graduates.
So is it going to be like initiative like the NSS? Like they deploy them to farm.
Yeah, like how are they going to support farmers? Like how?
So they said the government is set to deploy 5,000 graduates from various agricultural and veterinary institutions across the country to support farmers in boosting productivity and adopting modern farming techniques. Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric, said the initiative forms part of the government's Feed Ghana program, which seeks to modernize agriculture and bridge the gap between research and practical farming. Yeah.
But I still don't get
how they are going to deploy these people to farm.
Like how?
Like on would they be paying them?
We are bringing.
Yeah.
So we are deploying our extension officers, and as we mentioned last day, we are bringing on board 5,000 graduates from agriculture and other colleges, many of whom have been home since 2015 without employment.
Oh, okay. So it's more of like the agri officers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are going to pay them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just launched feed. The
Ghana Feed.
The Ghana Feed project.
Feed Ghana program.
So I think it's a good cause. They are fulfilling their promise.
Yeah.
Well,
one of my brothers is an agricultural officer in Elibu.
Elibu.
It's very far.
Is it in Ghana?
Yeah, it's on the border.
Oh.
Which on the border?
Elibu, is it on Ivory Coast border? I think so. Ivory Coast or
Elibu.
Burkina, yeah. Oh yeah. One time, one of our aunties came here. My auntie left for UK and he was going back to Elibu. My auntie got to
Abidjan,
UK
Cote
before.
d'Ivoire.
Yeah. My auntie got to UK before he got to Elibu.
Are you serious?
Oh yes. It's very far.
Like plane doesn't go there.
Elibu.
Yeah.
I have never heard Elibu airport before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's on the borders of Ivory Coast.
Oh, that's nice. I see. Like, it's high time we take agriculture like a big fledge.
Charlie.
Because agriculture is pain.
Like every day you did in time be a
but like, you feel so proud, and then like people are eating the food. I'm like, oh, I cultivated this.
Please. And yet Dumelo na be man I makona uncle. Dumelo no we chat there about to social media now. Wow, look at
that is what is even making it a big flex.
Big flex.
Also, or the farmer can you do? Me, I wish you got me a farmer.
Yo. Yeah, ma was Sonny a year. Say Gina Sarah so done.
Now we have modern machines. You don't need to over to say old dog. Say Ujina Hokara na Ujina nowadays. Those one, the sharp one that's now what they don't know, especially pavements and so.
Say yeah. What is that?
Kind of as a fan.
Yeah, as a fan. I don't know the name.
You differ. Yeah, can't pour a year bed you also as a the dog grass, fear or grass or backyard. Now the dog.
So to me, fan machines or more machines or we did two assassins.
I know this plowing machines, all those agricultural machines, and yeah, we are talking about excavative machines and and that one you can only use it on a larger scale. Well, we to say peasant farmers, you see, no. I just say, nipa bear 10, ye full SSR na be a buying the machine about say, and the bed doha mam. Then or doha, you know, a doha, do to chasu in our mamma, and they're fine. Or we are no a stay amam, no more makoyamo beds, mojo fine. If you go to China, like, there is nothing the human being is doing now in terms of agriculture.
Really?
I'm telling you.
The machine is doing everything.
I dare no more diana son. A more machine and nam into unipa what's a machine mukiki. No connect it. Like I'm like was it? Yeah, cage.
Just a nipa, this a nipa, a cotte.
See. Once a machine is see. A funaso, na echo, nay, but Africa. Where the Ghana go? Africa. They are Western world, no. 2 centuries in a way in them. 2 centuries in a way in them. Western world.
Some people are already living in 2027, 2028, 2030 years.
But do you think with this, because most of the time these peasant farmers, they are actually old people. Would they be willing to adopt to these new technologies for cultivation on our farmland?
Oh, they will.
Not all. Not all.
Oh, they will.
Because not all of them will be ready to adopt to it.
See, the whole adaptation we are talking about, it's not like I buying the machines no come out or more. Machines are in our tomato. So as I will say, maybe a plowing machine a baha, obey you be a diamond, and a year war farmer now obey. There are operators who are going to do it for you people. And you know, it makes the work easier for you.
Yeah, easier and faster.
Yeah. Oh, they will embrace it. They will embrace it. Yeah. Oh, they will.
Because I saw a video where these women in the northern region, elderly women, you know, they are indulge themselves in the shea butter making.
Yeah.
And I chanced on a video where these people use their hands to hit.
Whilst there is actually a machine you can just put inside.
So one person interviewed her when she was like, in the olden days, how her parents taught her, that is what she's doing.
So
there's no way she would
so
use
they don't want
a machine.
to adopt to modernization.
It's not like say only machine use what you heard what she said. That was how her parents taught them. I don't know, like or you anyone with him. Until now, machines now modern con. We are going to have people doing it for them. And I know Obe accept it. What the one say maybe take you 3 hours. Now machine a day 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
What they work and credit when I'll be for.
Machine.
Obi have machine. Yeah, I think the best way to go and say maybe the younger ones. Government can pick some of them their kids because they train their kids in farming. They grow them up in farming. Then okay, be about way. You better not send you see machine way like that kind of stuff. The bedroom ribino. Kolana kasakra. You better not beja machine back home area hamamu. Well, here be a ubabe to me akose bia and then papa say me see any fee no more be booking machine no. Na mo dey akwe my papa say me see we are there basic work. Say how be repair. We can begin from there.
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, because agriculture has always been the backbone of our economy, and we can't.
Yeah, we are blessed with vegetation. Yeah, we are blessed with it. So why don't we utilize the lands?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good cause, but the utilization of the money is.
Yes, that disbursement.
Yeah,
is one thing, but for NDC. Because I can testify during the earlier years, 2013, 2014 there, when they were giving that free fertilizers to farmers. I mean, I was a testament to it. I saw how they did it.
They did it.
Almost them are
they
farmers
were
free.
You said this person was loyal, family member.
Almost yeah.
All right.
But young crow for you by power, and also me who be. No more tongue. I'd never say you free. No tongue. In fact, they hoarded them in warehouses.
Hey, people are greedy.
Yes. They were selling it to the farmers. It's, you know, most of these things. But let's just see. It's all about making sure we account for them.
Right.
When I hear show on sale, you be hold you accountable for how you disperse it, how you utilize it, and all that. So yeah. Hi farmers, you know I be farming more. So doing our last topic for the day, government backs SMEs with $300,000 to fight plastic waste. Sa same way. Me there. We the major mamu. Me the who so fast
major mamu.
Honestly speaking, I don't really see
the essence of it.
Yeah.
Why? You think it's not necessary?
I mean, we have many ways to utilize this money in fighting waste in this country? In this country.
How?
At an ENCA recycling centers. Now, only baby, we should even do it voluntarily. Why would the waste be banned? Now, I beg you say, would the waste ban? As
in, they will allocate a specific amount of money for you if you bring in plastic waste.
Government can, because waste, no, all this plastic waste now you can. The companies who produce these ones, they are here. Coca-Cola is here.
Yeah.
This and this is here. Voltic is here. And see, water for you. Yeah, shamu. Yeah, mpesi ye behu Voltic ye biya wo kromu bi. The water for so back catch public no. You see our the Voltic bottle be brain biya o brain 1,000 I ever ma unsuo park me no. What dey hwe? So behu Voltic bottles wa bonse. Some of these things are just common sense application. Common sense. And can solve the way easily. And think about a foreign GIA. And they need those things. Almost be a government recycling centers, or more they are called. Government will recycle or more back.
Yeah.
For their production.
With this plastic cups, plastic bowls.
With their production, it's as easy as ABC. And so sika obi benya die or benya na dwensa adwen we man it but I'm telling you we won't it. Or most of these things that we sit here and see and suggest,
they know.
You think we are the only people with sense, eh? Sit down with them in one corner. Before they had that position, they had even much better suggestions than what we are giving them now. That's now who say, idea say me born crop we are bro me to ma to dine 27 in a day. They ain't in a me. So that has been the cycle we've been living under. That.
I honestly do not also see the essence of
no.
Because even the story they even brought us wasn't really detailed. How it's
just
going
some
to,
flimsy.
Yeah.
About when so I say initiative be or this room, I say it's just something.
But the money is a lot too.
Let people make money.
$300,000 to 10 SMEs, small medium enterprises. And I beg your mom saying.
I don't know what they are looking to achieve with some of these initiatives, but I don't really see the essence. They are not looking at the bigger picture. For me, they are not looking at it.
No.
They are looking at, pleasing the immediate person. Oh, mama SM is 10. Or when you buy some fast, say, and go see that bay.
But is 10 even enough?
That was the question. Because most of them, or more geographical area, or more Accra. Just Accra.
Because 10, the whole of the country, just 10. And then you expect plastic waste to be managed within a short period of time with just 10 companies. And they are small enterprises.
One of the largest employing agencies we have in Ghana. Zoom Lion.
Yeah, Zoom Lion.
Workers, Papa.
Scattered all over.
Yeah.
And so almost crash. Team night. Well, ladies.
Yeah.
Our time is up. What do you have for me?
What do I have for you?
Yeah. Yeah, Pong.
Already, why are you looking at my face?
Maybe you have something.
Oh, I don't have.
You don't have anything. So you don't have any last words to say to anyone before we leave?
I don't have any last words.
No last words.
No last words.
Friday, my favorite artist will be releasing his album.
Who is
Davido.
Davido.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I like that guy. Wow.
Ghana.
I'm going to request.
Eat Ghana, wear Ghana, listen Ghana,
drink Ghana.
Oh,
Davido.
Do you know Davido's favorite food?
It's what?
Fufu and live soup.
Are you sure?
With goat.
Is it because he came to eat that in Stonebwoy's house?
He's artificial Ghana man.
Is
it? So I'm going to request one of his songs before I leave the studio. I'm going to request Fail. Yes, DJ Cham, please play me Davido Fail. Then go feel it. Hey, tomorrow, Real Madrid. Then go run it down. This song is requested for all Arsenal fans in the entire world. My manager is an Arsenal fan.
Peace.
Tomorrow,
one problem.
Tomorrow I'll eat around 2.
Why?
For security's sake.
I don't have my
In a moment after 6, I might not be able to eat, and I have ulcer too.
Hey, what fun?
So I need to eat early.
We need you in good health.
Because now, Madrid for more available. More players to be. Bayi. More before. Some players that are born when Vinicius, Mbappe, and Rodrigo, they are black guys.
Yeah, I don't really know much about them, but I really like Mbappe.
Me too.
I really like him.
I like Mbappe.
Akwani Ghana, Papa.
And I like he's very jovial. I've seen his video with Neymar. The guy can play.
Mbappe.
Aye, Opa bro.
But first, when I'm using Mbappe.
Hey, Mbappe.
So yeah, I'm hey, Ochna, Madrid go feel us now. And I'm so dio. So Diana.
Oh, they are called Diana.
Yes, that's Madrid 6-2.
Hey, 6-2.
I will be about.
And then young couple say Madrid no why Arsenal into a prediction.
Oh, what's no? What all I can predict is a big one with him, but Arsenal will get the first goal, and Declan Rice will score another free kick tomorrow. Tomorrow, Declan Rice.
Please take it.
No more crowd. Also, they will cover the lid of their stadium.
Why?
Whilst we have a player called Rice. Once a month, so Kataswa na being pa. Rice will cook very well.
Bars on bars.
Bars on bars.
Then go feel it. So yes, this is where we'll be ending today's show. My name is Pakwesi Omare, and I had this beautiful ladies anchor the show with me, Isinam and Regina. DJ Cham is going to drop my favorite song before I leave the studio. Enjoy the rest of your day.
GhanaTalks Radio, number